addicted to success.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to your favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 146.
146 for the tricks.
And my name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod gods. And with me, we have the best man in all of podcast land, my right-hand man, Mr. BL.
Hola, hola, hola. Hey, happy Tuesday. Hope y'all doing all right. Or whenever fucking you listening to it. Long time no talk.
Long time no talk. What you been up to, man? What you been up to?
Shit, just another day and just another day. You know what I mean? Trying to, just chill and avoid
the Delta and the Lambda and the Beta and the Kappa Psi.
That's the goddamn, what's the shit? Nerds, remember nerds?
Yes. Lambda.
Yeah, this fucking trilambs and shit.
Hey, nerds was a great, I feel like that's something that I feel like could be rebooted.
Nerds is fire.
Revenge of the Nerds could definitely,
that shit could be crazy.
Hell yeah. Revenge of the Nerds, diversify the cast a little bit.
Yeah, well, shit. They already. What you mean? They had black nerds. They had the black trilam chapter. They had the gay black dude. The only missing was like a gay woman or some shit. But everybody was accounted for.
And the nerds. Well, I only remember the white dude,
gay ass Lamar Latrell.
You're absolutely. You know what? I need to look at nerds. I need to look at nerds again.
Man, progressive.
I honestly probably have not seen nerds since the 90s.
Had Booger in that motherfucker. Booger was the wild like Chester and shit. It was the wild like pervert and shit, you know what I mean?
You're absolutely right.
It probably would be cringeworthy now, but I bet that shit is fire.
Hell yeah.
They had the black tri-lambs and shit. They was playing the fucking thing. They had the real. They had all different type of nerds. Man, that shit was fire. I love nerds.
Who do you think could be in the 2021 version? Like, regardless of age, like who would play the part good?
Shit.
Because first person
I don't know. Andy Samberg would probably be funny as hell in that shit.
Okay, I got Childish Gambino.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if we have we gotta have at least like 2 or 3 white folks. And then the rest could be black or some type of some, look like on some grownish type shit. You know how grownish is like one black white person.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's the wild minority and everybody else is some other shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be something like that.
I would like, what's my boy name? Is his name Michael Cera? Oh, you
talking about from fucking Superbad?
Yes.
Yeah, these arms.
These arms. Hey.
I love fucking Superbad.
Superbad is one of my favorite movies. Like comedies, period, regardless of color. Like, it's one of my favorites.
It's up there. That's a fact.
It is high up there.
Somebody, I love Twitter because there's always a poll or some shit like that. Like, and it was like favorite funny white movies or some shit like that. And I had Talladega Nights, I had Superbad, I had Grandma's Boy. Not a lot of people seen Grandma's Boy, but that shit is fucking hilarious. Like, I
keep hearing that Grandma's Boy is good, but I've never watched Grandma's Boy.
It's super fucking funny. Like, that shit is wild. It probably wouldn't pass the test of time now.
Oh, for sure.
And what I say, Superbad. I like Hangover. I mean, not Hangover. Old School. No, old school. I didn't mean Hangover.
Oh, Hangover is up there for me. The original one. The first one. Yeah. The first one.
I think when I first watched it, but it's not as funny.
It didn't age well?
And then, and then I like Dinner for Schmucks. Those are my top 5.
Like, I think I remember you being the main advocate for Dinner for Schmucks.
That shit is fucking hilarious to me, man.
I've never watched Dinner for Schmucks.
That shit is so good.
I remember you talking about it before, but I've never watched it. I remember it.
That's though. That was Zach Galifianakis' maybe second movie after Hangover. Like that was his like, man, that motherfucker was funny as a bitch. That shit, he did like this funny ass laugh shit that he like turned purple and shit. That shit was so goddamn funny. Like, oh man, please watch that shit because if you like silly shit like I do, especially if you stone, man.
Oh yeah, especially if you stone. But see, some stuff is funny and then it get too silly for me. Like Superbad was fucking just funny.
It's like that to me. Like Superbad is like that. I mean, Dinner for Schmucks is like that for me. Like especially on your first time watch. But you got a different sense of humor. We got the same sense of humor, but I don't know. I think
it differs. Like we got the same sense of humor up to a point. And then I think we lose each other up to it. Cause like for me, like dick jokes and fart jokes ain't really that funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit don't really make me laugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
a good one will. You know what I'm saying? For me, like it's got.
Yes, I know you like dick jokes and fart jokes. That's why I brought it up.
They gotta be clever though. They gotta be clever. I don't like the low hanging fruit ones.
Zach Galifianakis or damn, why I just missed his name? Superbad, Fat Boy, Superbad.
Oh, Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill. I couldn't think of Jonah Hill for shit.
Zach Galifianakis all day. He from North Carolina too. Like, hell yeah. I fucking, yeah. Nah, Zach Galifianakis. Jonah cool, but Jonah really ain't got no other, like, outside of Superbad. What else he got?
And funny. Get him to the Greek.
Yeah.
He was in, cause I remember him.
It ain't memorable.
The pills fucking up. Like every time I think of him in something funny, but he have tried to do like serious roles and shit. Yeah. I don't know if Zach Galifianakis has ever been in a serious role that I've seen.
Yeah. Nah, not that I've seen. That motherfucker funny, man. Like that, his best role to me is fucking Dinner for Schmucks. Like he was funny as a bitch in that motherfucker. Like he been funny and he was definitely funny in the old school. I mean, Hangover and shit like that, but his best performance that I've seen was like he had another one. It was another movie. It was based in North Carolina and shit, and it was a comedy, but that shit was kind of lame. I ain't like that one, but Dinner for Schmucks is that shit. He smoked down him and Steve Carell. Is it Steve Carell from The Office and shit?
Yes.
Yeah, them niggas bodied that shit. What's my girl name?
Yes, Steve Carell.
One of the black ladies, Olivia. Is it Olivia Spencer?
Octavia Spencer.
Yeah. Yes. She funny. She's in that shit too.
Octavia Spencer is actually really funny. Like she can, I mean, she gets her flowers, but I feel like she should probably get more flowers than she actually gets because she's very diverse. Like I even saw like a horror movie with her in it called Mom.
She was like I never saw it. I saw the previews for that shit. I don't know. The previews didn't grab me.
It was okay. But as far as like a black woman playing this type role, because they could have easily put a white woman in that role. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Yeah.
So, with a black woman playing that role, she actually did a really good job of playing crazy. I've seen her on Drunk History a couple times. You know how Drunk History goes. It's somebody telling the story and then there's all these high-end actors acting the shit out. Right. So I've seen her in the actor part a couple times and she's super funny. In that, but the help. I mean, she
smoked the help.
She's definitely somebody
she
who
was in she was in the shit with the astronaut ladies too, right? Hidden Killer Figures. Yep. Hidden Figures.
I feel like she should be up there when we mention names like Viola Davis and
Viola be smoking shit.
Yeah, Viola does, and shout out to who I'm talking about, Tina Turner, my boo. Black
Angela
lady
Bassett.
just got
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett. Why when I just thought about Angela Bassett name, I thought about Angela Bassett like Angela Bassett was the character. Like, like not the person. Yes, Angela Bassett.
Yeah. Angela Bassett, dope.
Angela Bassett is now the highest paid black woman on TV.
She getting that check, boy.
That's what's up.
$500 episode. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Shit. Listen, nigga like me, just go to that one job. I'm good.
I wouldn't. Shit, if I can go get some, if I can get 500 from them, I probably can get 250 from somebody else. So I'm gonna go pick up another little 250 or something on the way to the crib.
You gonna pick up some little odd jobs here and there to get your 250s here and there.
Hey,
give them a quarter meals here and there. I feel you on that.
College. I'll come talk at Harvard Theatrical fucking School of the Arts or some shit.
Once you get money, I feel like once you get money, you become addicted to getting money anyway. You know what I'm saying? Where at first
that shit is the biggest vice of all. Like pussy and money is the number 1 and 2. Like you can smoke weed and do coke, but you gonna have to get some money to do one of those. Like all the drugs that you want is either some money or some pussy. Like for sure, that shit runs the world. Like. Yeah,
I really can't think of anything that I can't tie back to money. Because you even tie pussy back to money. Everything is tied back to money, like slavery. Yeah, sure. like money. Like everything's about money. And people who say they don't care about money care about money. Because you care about the freedom that money gets you.
The pursuit of money it's not like people say money is the root of all evil. It's the pursuit of like money that is the root of all evil, because money is just an object, but the things that people do in order to get that object, nothing like no other object. Niggas don't even do what they do for their kids and shit like that on a consistent, consecutive basis, because obviously you need money to live. Yeah. So the pursuit of that money, like the things that people will do and the lengths that people will go just for what, has been considered a fucking legal tender, you know what I mean? Like for purchase shit. That's what it is. That shit is wicked. Like people, like any type of currency that you put a value on, like people lose their fucking mind.
I mean, because money is the gateway to everything else.
Exactly.
So if you are out here, if you don't have money, you got to figure out a way to fucking get money so that you can get these things. Yeah.
It's the pursuit. It's the pursuit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the thing that you never really, it's crazy because once you get money, you realize money ain't shit, but it's really a lot of shit. You see what I'm saying? Like once you're comfortable financially, you're not really worried about any, like you ain't got to be rich to be, you know what I'm saying? Not having any issues about money. Some shit come up, you can take care of it with no issue and keep it moving. That's in my, but what it's worth, that's rich to me. I mean, you may not be, it's just,
you have some financial freedom is what I would call it. You have some financial freedom and there's less stress because money is a big stressor just in general. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Cause it's again, the pursuit of it. So like you just on the go trying to make it. And then once you get it, you be like, man, this shit ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like and it's easier said than from not having it. But like if everybody had it, it'll be fine. Like it'd be, you know what I'm saying? Like
I think if everybody had money, it would be something else. Cause humans have to compete.
Yeah, for sure. We're just naturally competitive. But you know what? It's not even humans. Like we're animals. Yeah. Like I was sitting outside. I was really stoned the other day. So like I was sitting outside. I got a porch. I got my screen in porch. So I just be watching. I got not mad trees, but I got trees in my backyard and my piece of shit ass neighbor. Did you see the video of my neighbor cutting the grass in the dark?
You sent me a video of that?
Nah, it was on my Instagram story like a couple weeks ago. My neighbor, I stay beside some redneck white people and shit. And they don't take care of their yard. It's fucking ridiculous. And this motherfucker be cutting his grass at night. It's the dumbest shit in the world. Like, I'm talking about like, you see how it's night to right now? Like, if you look out your window.
You see how night look? You see how it's night now?
It's
yes.
Right now. Right.
Yes.
How night look, that motherfucker outside with a fucking like, and it'd be so, like, he do that shit like once a month. But anyway. So my point is saying all that is like he doesn't cut the back of his yard and he got a bunch of fucking grass and shit. So it'd be mad shit. So it was a little fucking neighborhood cat like that be coming around. His name Sam. And there's mad other cats. So Sam be running the yard. Like it's 500.
How do you know this cat's name is Sam is my question.
Cause it's fucking Facebook, man. It's Facebook. Search you. Like these white people be going crazy, man. Like okay. That shit is the wildest fucking,
that's why I be having to stay away from Facebook, bro. Like Facebook is just a different place.
This fucking neighborhood Facebook group and these niggas be posting all type of shit like, hey, we got 6 beers if anybody wants to. We'll be on the front porch and then you'll see like, hey, somebody shit in my yard. This is all like, it's like, I don't know. Shit is wild. So anyway, I know the cat's name is Sam. Okay. And Sam be running shit. Like he just be all over the neighborhood. Like he'll be under my car or some shit and then go to the neighbor's yard. So anyway, my neighbor's got a cat. He orange. He look like Garfield. He a pussy though. He can't, you know what I'm saying? Calling the cat as a pussy is wild.
Right.
But
Right. He's but like, anyway, exactly, so, I am, and...
yeah. So my point is, and long story less long, like, these niggas was fighting, right?
The
like,
cats was
started fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a
cat brawl. You know I'm here, I'm with you.
Like, they in the fucking thing. I'm high as hell. I'm thinking about life because I'm stoned, because it's just how, like, it's going to all tie back to what we were just talking about. So,
I got you.
Sitting on the back porch, high as hell, these niggas is fighting. Goddamn Sam get the best of the little orange Garfield cat, whoop him. Garfield cat like licking his wounds, and he done climbed a tree or some shit. Right? So, as soon as that happens, some fucking catbirds swoop in, are in trying to fuck up Sam, who just won the fight. And I'm like, yo.
Hey, yo, wait, you got a whole Animal Kingdom shit going on.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, yo, like, everything is about me versus you, and like in all aspects, like it's literally the same way. Like this shit is just like how people and shit interact. We say that we're tamed or some shit. We're civilized. We ain't no civilized. We just goddamn a little smarter and walk upright and shit. But everybody is kill or be killed, like from the top to the fucking bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you're saying basically like everybody or every living thing is pretty much predator or prey.
Yeah, like at some point or another, like that particular portion of your life cycle will be, you know, either predator or prey, or you trying to kill, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just from the highest levels to all the way to the fucking backyard with goddamn Sam in them.
You know what's interesting to me, especially about the upright animals that we're talking about of humans, is what we place value on, right?
Yeah.
And how we use this money or lack thereof, and how we choose to peacock and show that we have money. And I feel like, you know, all races do it. They just may do it differently. Some just on a holistic standpoint, because everybody is individuals. But, you know, when you start to make like generalizations and shit like that, right? Whereas I feel like with Black people, because we really don't have a lot of money as a group, we like to wear our money, and we like to show our money. We like to make it seem like we more than what we are, even if I'm hopping off the bus in all designer, right? That's the shit we do. So I look at this shit like, well, that makes no sense, because I'm looking at this person. I'm like, you look fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I'm looking at it, right? But somebody sitting right next to me like, oh, that nigga getting it. And I'm having a real conversation like, why you feel like he getting it? Oh, because he don't wear nothing but labels, da-da-da-da-da-da. He also stay at his mama house.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't have a car. He work at the fucking mall, and he fucking...
that people still like that. Like, you can't be like that. When you, like, old as fuck, you shouldn't be like that, man. Like, you should have some shit with you, man. Like, get your shit together, man. Like, I know niggas like that, too. That's fucked up.
But we're all very short. Like, for the most part, like, if you look at your family and shit, like we all like very short-term satisfaction. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga, like one of my homeboys, speaking of that, like he was about to pay, I don't know. I mean, again, if you're willing to pay for it, I guess it's all right. But it just makes no sense to me. Like, it was a pair of Dunks for $100 that didn't hit on fucking the app, right? So he was like, man, shit, I could just pay. He's like, I can make some website you can make installment payments of like $400. I was like, so you pay $400 for a $100 shoe? And I was like, and the nigga got stupid shoes, like, and he's literally works from home. He ain't really got, like, I was like, bro, you could get like 2 or 3 more pair of shoes, like, instead of having one pair of shoes for $400 and shit. He was like, I know, but shit, I'm gonna just spend it some other way. I was like, all right, man, cool. Do it. Like, at this point, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not finna, and then I gotta pay like installments on this fucking,
and yeah. That's where I am with it. Like, if you gotta pay installments on something that you don't need, that's stupid to me.
That's the stupidest shit.
That's stupid. If it's something that you don't need, it's stupid. I don't give a fuck if it's clothes. I don't give a fuck if it's a surgery. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a car, like, if you gotta make payments on something that you don't need, right? So I got a friend who is trying to buy a car, wants to buy a fucking car that is like $600-700 a month. If you know this car $600-700 a month and your bank account is saying you got up to $400 you can spend a month on a car, then why are you robbing Peter to pay Paul for something you literally can't afford? And then we're not even talking about the maintenance on the shit.
For sure.
We're not even talking about the gas.
The gas high as a motherfucker.
The insurance.
Where's Trump at? Can we bring him back? Just for gas. Gas is high as a motherfucker, dog. Like, that shit is wild high. Like, it was never this high with Trump. I'm just saying. I don't even see Biden in them. Does he know? I mean,
it's not extremely high, though.
You crazy as fuck. Gas, it's $3.
Yeah, it's $3. It's been $2.25 the whole time.
Nah, not when Trump was in the, nigga, that's a lot. 75 cent difference in a year.
I mean, but it's summertime. Gas always went up in the summertime.
Never the $3.
Listen, let me tell you something. First of all, when Trump was in office, we wasn't dealing with all of that shit because we was dealing with other shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like, what you willing to trade?
Gas was cheap though.
I mean, yeah, it was cheaper, but gas just went up in like the past month and a half, maybe. I feel like gas started creeping up when the shit went down when we couldn't get gas. When it was the cyber attack.
Been back.
Now you're right.
Been back.
Because they know they can get it. Listen, everybody getting their money back in blood for the pandemic. Niggas is driving now. Niggas is going everywhere. Niggas is trying to fly and everything before the fucking world shut back down. And
shit ain't shutting down.
I don't know, man.
They're not shutting. They know the reason it shut down before is because they didn't know what the fuck it was, and they didn't know they had no idea how to treat the shit. So
do they know how to treat this now?
They know how to test for it. If nothing else, they can tell you what you got.
Yeah.
They ain't know we ain't have shit to test for it then. You know what I'm saying? And then money flowing. Niggas ain't finna, America can't afford that. America can't do that. Not again. They ain't gonna cut their nose off to spite their face. It's not shutting down.
Listen, let's talk about it since we're here now. Let's talk. There's
concerts and shit going on.
Bruh, why the fuck are we still having all these festivals, my nigga? It was 180,000 people at Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
180,000 people.
I don't even know how they all fit in Chicago. Chicago big as fuck, but goddamn. Like, that should have been all the downtown or wherever the fuck they was at. It's a lot of people. That's
a lot of fucking people, my nigga.
Rolling like loud, everybody going back to where they from and shit. Shit crazy. Like, that shit, no joke.
So I have a friend who's having a birthday party, this weekend, and 20 people or less. And she sent out, in her invitation that in order to attend the party, you need to show a negative COVID test within the past 48 hours or whatever, 2 days before the event or whatever.
For sure.
So she was saying like how, like she was getting like pushback from people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, right, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't come. Like,
them shit's free.
They are free. You know what I'm saying?
You just run up there. It's a car. Like, you just get it. Like, you ain't even got to get out of the car.
Right. And I'm just like, well, like, she was like, yeah, it was just so it's in Charlotte. So she was like, it was just like some all white event in Charlotte where it was like 4,000 people there.
For sure.
And she was just like, I already know either some of them have been or some of them have been around somebody who has been. And she was like, it was not like a mask in sight.
Yeah, law averages will tell you that.
And so she not with it, but I'm just like, she said, people are hitting her and like, well, I don't have to do it, right? She like, well, why wouldn't you have to do it? Like, what makes like you the exception?
I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it myself. Like, I would have been like, yo, I'm doing it. But like, I'm doing it for y'all and I'm doing it for myself. And then if you want to come and do it for yourself and do it for the rest of the people, it costs you nothing. But
nothing.
10 minutes of your time, and maybe. And if you like, all you got to do is drive up there. If you can go get some fucking fries or some shit or Chick-fil-A, you can go to the drive-thru. That's literally how long shit take.
Exactly. So I was just like, yo, like, Yeah, if they got problems with it, that should just tell you something
for sure.
about them just as a person.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Or, some of them like, well, I got the vaccine. People with the vaccine. Okay. People with the vaccine. Just in case y'all don't know, y'all can still catch the shit and spread the shit. Y'all just may not get as sick as somebody else who is not vaccinated, or you may be asymptomatic, but that don't mean you can't catch it. That just means you'll survive.
It costs you nothing to go get a fucking test. Like, that shit is cool. Like, I would much rather be around people that I can be as freely and as comfortable.
Facts.
Because otherwise, you're going to be like, it's just the reality of well, some people don't give a fuck. I personally give a fuck. Like,
I give a fuck.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be wanting to be around my friends and shit, but I don't be knowing how niggas be moving and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, when I do be around them, I smoke my own weed. I roll my own J's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I roll them a joint. Like, I don't be with the whole sharing the drugs and shit. Cause it's weird. I
think that's kind of like a thing of the past.
Nah, I know mad niggas that still be getting right. Like, smoking mad J's and blunts and shit with niggas and shit. I personally can't do it. Cause, like, COVID shit real. My homeboy who stay in my neighborhood, like, one of my niggas I grew up with and shit, he fucked up. Like, he been sick shit for like 8 days. Like, bad. And like, I talked to that nigga Sunday. When he had been sick for a week on Sunday.
Damn.
And he was like coughing every time he spoke and shit out, to the point where I was like, man, just get your rest, my boy. Like, we can text, you know what I'm saying? I be texting to make sure you're all right, but yeah, went to the hospital and shit. His son, so I don't know if who brought it or whatever, but his son ended up coming from New Mexico. He was in the Air Force to surprise his little sister for her birthday. You know what I'm saying? And when he came, everybody got sick. So I don't know if it was him or who, somebody, it was 4 people in the crib. So
it's patient 0 in there somewhere.
Somebody had it, right? Yeah. So like, but the dad, like my homeboy, he working shit, and his daughter 15, 16. So it could have come from anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be wearing their masks, but you never fucking know. I guess when you're around your family, not necessarily. So yeah, you're not.
You can easily touch something somebody else touch. It's just like any other type of germs, you know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, or your phone, you know what I'm saying? You going somewhere, you fucking touching your phone and shit, then you can go wash your hands and shit, but you go back to touching his phone. You know what I'm saying? And they saying like it can live for up to like 2 days on certain surfaces and like shit like that. So it's very easy.
That shit is some other shit.
And that's why I don't understand why people be having all this pushback, because COVID is not something where you're necessarily like, oh, that's a dirty bitch. That's a dirty nigga. Like, it's not a personal thing. It's not on your personal character.
It's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? It's not like me saying like, oh, nah, be healed. You don't be doing the right shit. Like, everybody has the same requirement. You need to take a COVID test. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can still get COVID. Y'all can still spread COVID. Y'all can. Like, I don't understand, like, what people not getting about that. And then, like, we talking about the government, right? All I'm seeing is the government pushing vaccine. I get it. I get that part, right? I get you on. But what about all the other shit y'all could be putting in place? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with the restaurants or the places of business saying you gotta be vaccinated to come here. I don't have no problem with that. That's your spot. If I really want to come that bad, I'll get fucking vaccinated.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, how are you going to check that? How you gonna regulate that?
You want to present a card. You have to show you.
Niggas buying cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit crazy.
Yeah, of course.
That's still, you know what I'm saying? That's still not now. Why isn't there a federal mask mandate? Why hasn't there been a federal mask mandate? I feel like at 50% of the country right now, they're saying like 50% of the country is vaccinated. Right? Mm-hmm. Here's the one thing we do know. You're not going to get 100%, period. You're not going to get 100%, right? So I feel like between the 50% who is vaccinated and that number is climbing, and you put masks on, if you require masks, stop letting all these massive events happen. Mm-hmm. Nigga, we would have been done with COVID by the end of the summer. Like, niggas would have been able to move about a little bit. You still just had to wear your mask and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We didn't have these festivals and shit. Like, we would have been good. I feel like we would have been good by fall.
Yeah.
But I feel like all the government is saying, like, get vaccinated, get vaccinated, get vaccinated. Let's not forget all this shit got dollars attached to it.
Yeah, for sure. Cap. That's why I said this bitch ain't closing down. These niggas ain't closing this shit. These niggas is, that's why this shit back open. They need that money back. We got a vaccine for y'all niggas. All right, boom. We're going to give it to you for free, but we need y'all niggas to go outside a little bit. All right, cool. Fuck it. We out.
And FYI ain't shit free. Like,
yeah, what's up? You
know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't shit free. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, they all making this bread.
Yeah.
They is making this bread.
That's what the fucking stimulus money was. That was $1 trillion. Like, they gave them niggas at least $2-3 billion a piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Listen, the taxpayers is paying for it.
Yeah.
We all paying for it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't shit free out here. So motherfuckers is out here getting rich. I wish I was the nigga who invented hand sanitizer. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga came up in a way that he didn't even know.
Yeah, that shit. Then we looked that shit, that was like 1972 or some shit. That was the first hand sanitizer.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like, we looked that up.
Hand sanitizer invented.
Go to the research department.
Yeah. Go to research and development.
It was like 1972 or some shit, or 70 or something.
It says 1966.
Close.
Yeah. And it was Lupe Hernandez. She invented hand sanitizer? Hey, listen.
That's a she?
Yeah. Lupe, she was a nurse.
Oh, yeah.
She was a nurse.
Necessity breeds invention.
Hell yeah. Shout out to her. Hey, listen, Mexican Americans, y'all, she should be y'all, George Washington Carver. Like, y'all should be celebrating her, man.
She definitely did.
And she only 68 years old. So
she might be living.
She should have a little bit of cheddar. But you know, people who invent shit don't be getting the money and shit. I'm sure some white person stole it from her.
Yeah.
Just throw white people under the bus. Ain't do nothing. All I know is a white person had something to do with it. But it had 60 to 65% alcohol.
That shit up on Shark Tank. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. That's what's up. Her name was Guadalupe. Lupe Hernandez, hand sanitizer jail legend. For sure. That's y'all Mexican history facts for today. But why do you think everybody is I feel like all of the onus is being put on the people who are unvaccinated?
I don't, man, it's all marketing, you know what I mean? So they gotta like have this again, they go to competition shit like it's good versus evil. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody's on the right side and somebody's on the wrong side. Like you guys are the reason that this shit is continuing. You know, we're all in this fight together.
Yeah.
It's not an immunity thing. It's just resistance at this point. And I'm putting up a resistance the same way you are. You just happen to, you know, allegedly have a better defense mechanism, but I mean, people are dying off that shit too, you know what I'm saying? But they said there's like a 99%, I guess the opposite of dying, so living. 99%
of the people who are vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna report that stat because that's what it should do, my nigga. Sure. Like that was the whole purpose.
It's like, it's like 47%. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? It's like right there at the line.
Oh, the shit that we said is working. That's what it should. That's bad marketing. If you like, fucking 62% of people is living with the vaccine. Like, of course, that's the information you're going to put out. But I just feel like this. I'm like, the unvaccinated population, which myself is included, I just feel like I don't understand why y'all mad at us when if we get sick, that was the risk that we took. If you vaccinated,
you should feel fine.
You should be okay.
Yeah.
Like you should be okay.
It's just like the vegans, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't want you to eat chicken. They don't want you to eat chicken, and then like since like you're enjoying chicken, like you're a terrible person because you're enjoying chicken. Like, I mean, this ain't what I eat. Don't make you shit. You know what I mean? So like, why are you worried about what the fuck I'm eating?
Facts.
You eating the good shit, right? So you should be over there. You should tell me, give me the good stuff.
Why you putting all this fucking soy in your body?
Right. You
getting sick.
Grow a damn sprout and shit.
Hey, I just feel like pick your fucking poison. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we all picking our poison because you can easily get this vaccine and there has been side effects. They don't be publishing all that shit about the side effects that people having from the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, listen, if a person don't get it and they get sick, that's on them. You good. You Gucci. You know what I'm saying? But just remember that you can spread that shit.
For sure.
Just know that you can have it. So
if somebody does get sick in your house, don't fucking go out and shit. Like I know one of my wife homegirls' husband got the shit and the bitch still be out with her kids and shit. Like you need to be quarantined too. What the fuck? Like you are, you know what I mean? Direct fucking contact. Like you got to be responsible, and that's a lot of things about it too. Like people ain't being responsible. You know what I mean? Like they still moving and shaking. Like nah, man, sit your ass down. That shit is highly contagious. Not necessarily. I mean, it is highly. It definitely is. Makes motherfuckers sick as shit, but at the same time, the real part of it is it's highly contagious. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like you can just, you can be in the vicinity of somebody and take your mask down for a bit of second and then fucking particles in the air and motherfuckers are sick. You know what I mean? Like, so it's got to be responsible, man. Just make sure, like, that first 10 days, like after 10 days, you just got to thug it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? As long as somebody in your house or whatever has it, I agree with you. You definitely need to quarantine as well, and definitely just be responsible. But here's my thing: if us as a collective, I'm just gonna say the U.S., if we were responsible, we wouldn't need government to tell us what to do. You know what I mean?
We wouldn't need more irresponsible people to tell us what to do.
Exactly.
Facts. Super irresponsible.
Facts. 100%.
Nasty man.
What you think about that?
I didn't really look into it, but he's just nasty. Motherfuckers be nasty. Like niggas be nasty at work. Like motherfuckers be, you know what I'm saying? You around fucking people and you just gonna be nasty. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody, obviously, but nothing surprises me about people, and especially people in authoritative figures. However, it's all speculation and allegation. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers do be lying. Like, people lie on both sides of the aisle. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows? But it's just interesting.
It's a thing you always be saying. Niggas be horny. Niggas be horny, right? And it's always the self-control thing for me when it comes to men. Like, niggas will risk it all for a nut. They career, they job, they family, they money, they everything.
Because pussy and money control the world. Like literally, like it's pussy and money, and they're very. And that's
because men control the world, so pussy and money controls the world.
But does men control the world? But really, pussy control. Like niggas will lose their whole fucking governorship. Potentially, just for some pussy, like
or presidential seat,
that's what I'm saying. Like anything, like niggas, and it's not like, and you gotta think about it. So the man is in control, but it's the woman. Like she can tear his whole shit down by one stroke, like, and she still can let him unless he raping. You know what I'm saying? Unless niggas is creepy and raping women and shit. But like pussy controls that shit, man. I done seen it's so many niggas in a grave behind a woman. Like, it's mad. My daddy used to always tell me, it's plenty of niggas in the grave behind a woman. Like, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas will kill you over a woman, or a woman will get you lined up. It's a bunch, like, I mean, obviously it's much more success stories, but it's a lot of niggas that are dead because of women. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit has started wars. That's what the Trojan War started over, fucking Persephone and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit or Helen of Troy. That's what it was. Helen of Troy, pardon me. Yeah, so like just dating back to the man, niggas be getting in their feelings and shit, and then, just trying to get into some feelings. Like niggas just be horny, man. Pussy controls the world. It's amazing.
But the thing about it is, like, as a woman, there are things that men never think about or never have to think about. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that you have a fucking hole between your legs makes your concerns on a literal everyday basis different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
women can have sex at any time. Like the nastiest, biggest woman in the world can get some dick tonight.
For sure.
It's a nigga that'll come over there and smoke them boots.
For sure.
600-pound life. Like,
for sure.
They always got somebody.
For sure. No, they definitely do though.
Women the 600-pound women always got a fat little nigga frying some chicken on the side of the bed. Looking crazy, trying to get a
on the side of the bed though.
Tell you, that's what I'm telling you. They be got it right in the room. She just be laying there. He big as hell. I love her. I've been trying to, you know, help her out, but I just love her. She just likes to eat. I just love her so much. Like, why he dipping her chicken in gravy sauce and feeding it to her and then wiping under her rolls and shit where she chafe. He like 370. He ain't like 600 pounds or some shit, but he big as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's either that nigga or it's the like 120 nigga.
Oh yeah, the little skinny
nigga. You crawling in that pussy like literally.
Yeah, nigga,
you fucking 120, skinny as hell. Ain't no.
Giving them bed baths and shit.
bed baths and beyond.
No. Niggas got mad foot tubs. That shit lame.
Mad foot tubs. I'm dead.
Like superheroes taking care of these fucking. One time, if you was no offense if you was 600 pounds, but you
offense if you 600 pounds. Let's do something, baby. 600. It take a lot to get to 600 fucking pounds, my nigga. It take hard work and dedication to get to 600 pounds.
That's a fact. That's
like you committed to that if you 600 pounds.
That's a fact. That's you was a big nigga.
You was a big motherfucker.
Like, you big as hell.
When they cutting off the side of the house to get you out.
Yeah, that's wicked.
You committed to that lifestyle. You said, I'm trying to achieve something greater than your average. How many pounds is a ton? 1,000? Or 2,000 pounds?
1,100.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Research and development.
How much is a ton?
How much is a ton? Let's see. Research and development. 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
1 ton is 2,000 pounds. You a quarter ton, my nigga.
Yeah, you a whole, yeah. You a ton.
That's
big as hell, man. You like a little fucking Corolla.
Big facts. Big facts. You are definitely a Honda Accord. For sure.
That's wild.
For sure. Listen, when your body, ain't no big bones. Don't let people think you got big bones.
Ain't no big bones in your body. You just big as fuck.
Listen, skeletons are roughly the same. When your body gets to the point where you can't hold up your own weight on your joints, you gotta start going in the reverse. You gotta do something.
You gotta hit the reject button immediately.
Listen, I ain't never had nothing that was so good I want to give up walking for it.
Nah.
Like, I ain't trying to be wheelchair Jimmy for some chicken. And I love fucking chicken.
To just be laying down all day. You know how lame that shit is? Like, just to lay down all day. And you really can't even turn over. You know how, like, just laying on your back is trash? Like, I'm old as hell. My back's starting to be hurting shit when I be, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, man, that shit be lame as hell. Like, hell.
Listen, I've personally known family, friends. I've known motherfuckers that was so big that it was hard for them to sleep, like, really either way on their stomach or on their back. Because you gotta think about your motherfucking back so big, your head up here. You know what I mean? So you gotta stack up a rack of pillows just so you can lay the fuck down, or they sleep sitting up. Listen,
boy, it's not worth it. Cut this shit off. Take this shit off me. Just cut it off. You ain't got to take it from my stomach. Just cut off my arm or some shit. I don't even care where you take it from. Just get it out of here.
Do you believe in food addiction?
Hell yeah. That shit is gluttony. That's gluttony.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I got a homeboy. Man, listen. That's why Vegas is wild. Vegas is wild. I got friends that are like got every fucking vice there is. Like, but you gotta think about it. That's why Vegas is wild. They got buffets. All you can eat food. They got gambling.
Prostitution.
All you can gamble. You can lose all your shit. They
prostitution. Everything.
Free drinks with the shit, right?
Alcoholism.
You can just take alcoholism. Now they have marijuana.
Drugs.
Those on the bud. Now they got the pussy. That's
the sex
like
addiction?
Literally every vice.
That's why I said City,
Coke and that shit is Sin City, man. It's every vice that you like possibly can have in one fucking 7-mile radius. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like that shit is fucked up, man. Like, cause I got a homeboy that suffers from all those vices.
All of them? All the vices?
That nigga loves to eat. He don't necessarily like be buying pussy. She don't be buying pussy, you know, but niggas love women, so they're gonna do whatever they can to get a woman. He loves to gamble. He loves to fucking snort powder. He fucking loves to smoke weed. He loves to drink. And he's like, I can't wait to go to Vegas. I'm like, you don't need to go to Vegas, bro. That shit'll ruin your life.
Facts. Is buying, like literally buying, I ain't talking about niggas who be tricking off, but niggas who like frequent prostitutes. Is that just like regular in the nigga world, or is it like an eyebrow raise? Is it taboo in the nigga world?
I don't know no niggas that just be tricking off like that, like going to buy pussy. I know niggas that done bought pussy for sure.
I know niggas trick off every day.
Yeah, but
the
like,
actual
I know a nigga
purchase,
that, like,
go $100 for head or for.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know mad niggas that have done that, but on a consistent basis, I don't know any niggas that do that.
So is it more taboo if you do it on a consistent basis versus?
Yeah, that's weird. Like, what are you doing? But I mean, I think it's weird, but shit, if that's.
Is it weird a nigga like literally like getting in his car, going to the spot, getting a prostitute?
I mean,
I don't know. This is not something it's weird to me. It doesn't. I don't think this is something that happens in female land.
If you want to have sex, like, and you ain't got no girl, and it's like some pussy to go get, and you want to have sex, and you don't want to beat your dick, and you got $50, and that shit can get you whatever. I don't necessarily know if I think it's no different than, say, getting a fucking steak if you're hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you satisfying a fucking need, I guess, or not a need, but that's a want more so than anything. But I don't know. I mean, it's no different than going to the liquor store and drinking a fifth.
It's very different because this person is a prostitute and they can give you all types of STDs, and this is a person whose body is literally a cum dumpster.
I mean, I get that from that standpoint, but if you're like, but if you understand the risk, right? So like it's not like you're going in like blind eyed, like, you know, the risk of it. And like, just like if you go get that pack of cigarettes, you can possibly get lung cancer. You know what I'm saying? This might be the one that does it. You know what I mean? Like, for real. So it's like,
like, so a cigarette? Oh, that's crazy. I don't have nigga brain, so I can't wrap my head around that analogy.
Niggas be addicted to cigarettes. I know mad niggas that are addicted to cigarettes. They cannot go. They smoke it's mad people that smoke a pack and a half a day.
100%.
See what I'm saying? So it's just a vice that you're fucking satisfying. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you got the money and you're willing to do it, you know the risk associated. Just like if you're going to buy some weed illegally, going to buy some weed, you may get pulled from the dope spot. You know what I'm saying?
The fact that it's on that same level is blowing my mind right now. Like, going and buying pussy from a prostitute is literally the same scale in nigga world as having buying cigarettes.
Yeah, you're just feeding that addiction. She's selling some shit. She's selling a good. Yeah, she's selling a good. Like, if you're willing to do that, like, again, it's just the inherent risk that is associated with it. Like, you can get locked up for buying pussy. You can obviously catch a disease. Or
I think niggas will like stick their dick in anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas will stick their dick in anything. So even though it's
women that allow themselves to be stuck in by anything. Because
they need money. They're not doing it because they like it. They're doing it because they have needs in their life that require money. That's why these women are out here selling themselves. I'm not saying like, oh, shout out to her for selling herself. I'm just saying that it is crazy to me that that this person literally gets fucking pounded out for money. A nigga just had his dick in her mouth, had his dick in her whatever. Like, and that you just like, yeah, me too. I'm sticking my dick. I can get herpes. It's shit that condoms is not going to prevent you from catching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy to me.
Anytime you meet somebody and have sex with them for the very first time, like, you don't really know their body.
Don't.
I'm not equating. I'm not like trying to.
Because you still, when you're some people, I'll just speak for myself. For me, I'm not just out here fucking motherfuckers I just met that night. That's not me. So I know a little bit about you. And I've had conversations, but I understand everybody not having conversations. So I get that part. I'm gonna X that part out because I know a lot of y'all ain't having conversations. But, you know, the fact that a person is out here and you like having sex for a living, like their body, like you want to be intimate with somebody who, like, you sticking your dick in them is literally a gamble. Stakes are higher in some instances than others, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, with everything, you understand your risk, but I think for me, like, that is just a crazy concept to me.
So what is it any different than buying heroin and shooting dope?
Well, I think no, but we were talking about cigarettes, my nigga. We're not talking about something that's literally killing you, like fucking. I'm
talking about vices, addictions. This is all the same.
But I don't think necessarily.
When you're going to buy prostitutes, that means you're addicted to like buying prostitutes.
You think
like,
so?
If you continue to do it, absolutely. Like if that shit is something that you do on a weekly basis or some shit, that is an addiction.
Let me ask you this. So what is it still classified as an addiction if you just a nigga who can't get no pussy? Like you just said, women, any woman can fuck.
You still addicted to pussy? You still addicted to it. It's an addiction. Like pussy is the biggest.
You have live-in pussy. You have a wife. So you have sex when you want to. If you is a nigga who can't get none, is that an addiction because you just want to get your rocks off because you don't have access to pussy?
Yeah, you're addicted. You can beat your meat. You're addicted to having sex with, like, getting pussy. For sure. It's sexual addicts. Like, yeah. Like, if you're going to purchase pussy on a consistent weekly, bi-weekly basis with a motherfucker or the same one, that's an addiction. You're trying to feed that addiction. It's just like getting high. When you nut, that shit is the euphoria that comes out of your body. The same way as if you fucking hitting the joint, I would imagine shooting some dope. It's just feeding that addiction. It's an addiction.
I just think if you a nigga that can't get no pussy, it's just an access thing versus an addiction. Because if you could get some pussy just for that intimacy, you know what I'm saying? It might not even be, you know what I'm saying?
Just saying, like,
it seemed weird. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It's an addiction.
Because I know there's niggas out here that literally can't get pussy. Because of either a personality quirk or whatever.
Yeah, and they going to buy that.
Yeah, they going to buy it because that's an access thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some niggas out here that can get pussy and still fucking buy prostitutes a lot. And I definitely see what you're saying about addiction on that point. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas be sex addicts. Like, and then, like, you don't have to necessarily deal with the hassle that comes along with being in a relationship. You just go get you some pussy, nut, same result, and be on your way.
That's why I always had this theory of men like pussy, not women.
Some do. I mean, obviously, I think all men, not all men, but like
I think majority of men like pussy, but not necessarily women. Because they want to go fuck and then just be with their niggas all the time.
But majority of men, heterosexual men, usually have girlfriends of some sort. You know what I mean? Or wives.
Yeah, that they don't spend time with.
I know, man.
They be with their niggas. Time
with their women. Yeah, but
I'm sure you do. I'm not saying it's everybody. Yeah, I'm just saying in a generalization.
Like if you 40 years old and be around mad niggas all the time, that's just weird. Like if you in your upper 30s and 40s and 50s and be around niggas all the time, you ain't got no like somebody to bind with on some like I don't know. Like
I agree
even
with
if you got a couple with them, like that shit is weird.
They are out there.
That shit is weird.
They are definitely, you know what I'm saying, out there.
And no nigga that ain't really got no girl like that I can think of.
Listen, I know a lot of niggas who got girls and don't spend time with her. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas will go above and beyond for they dog before they bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas be having extreme loyalty to they niggas before they woman.
Yeah.
Like a nigga ain't gonna do his dog dirty, but to do his bitch dirty every single day. And then go back home and expect her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So that, you know, that's why it is. I mean, come on, even if we bring it to like a hip hop level and shit like that, like it's very rare that you hear motherfuckers bigging a woman up if it's not necessarily about her body parts or her pussy.
What do you mean, like in raps?
Yeah, I'm just saying hip hop and hip hop culture. Like,
yeah, and it's very rare that you hear a woman not talking about how good her pussy is. Because
that's the lane that has been set up. Like, that's the lane that has been set up.
You ain't got to drive in that lane.
You ain't got to drive in it. You ain't got to drive in it, but we talking about making money. I feel like a lot of these women who rapping about their pussy is because that's what motherfuckers rap has been. This female rap wave just came. In the past,
this has been talking about that pussy forever. Lil' Kim been talking about that pussy since
pussy has been a commodity, and that's that. So name a female rapper that has not been talking about her pussy that is still fucking widely successful.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill got one album.
Wildly successful. One of the greatest albums of all time.
Is she?
Still touring off that
shit.
One. Well, she got the Fugees. She got the score. She has,
and that's why she got one album. What? Like, Lauryn Hill not still out here making fucking jammy jams and shit. You know what I mean?
She could have. She just was fucking nuts. That album sold like 7 million or 8 million. Like,
okay, so I'm gonna take for the sake of argument, I'm gonna take your Lauryn Hill example. That's one out of how many?
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you gonna have like these outliers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, pussy sells. So that's what we setting up. But now.
See, honestly, the pussy sales came from Lil' Kim. Like, Lil' Kim changed the game. Like, female rap before that was not that. Like,
okay, let's take what you're saying. Lil' Kim. Let's use Lil' Kim.
Right.
Who wrote Lil' Kim raps? A man.
Yeah, for sure.
A man. So again, we still in the same thing. You know what I'm saying? A man set up that lane. And that was my original point. Men set up that lane. So now that if this what you want to sell, that's what it is. And now you bring us to 2021. That's all everybody talking about. Everybody talking about their pussy. You know what I'm saying? Which that's the market. You know what I'm saying? But you don't really hear niggas out here. It's certain niggas that definitely do it. Shout out to motherfucking Wale. You know what I'm saying? Wale don't get enough flowers in my opinion. You know, and there's other rappers out here that, you know, celebrate women for sure. I'm not saying that there are no hip hop artists that don't celebrate women, but they are definitely in the minority. And let me tell you something. You know, I fuck with Ross. But bro, I'll be listening to some Ross and I'll be like, God damn, like how this shit pass the mustard? Like some shit Ross be saying, I'll be like, bro, that ain't cool. Like that's like how we, you know what I'm saying? How we been letting this shit pass? And it's, of course, it's also listening with shit in a different ear.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to, I was having a conversation about celebrities and musicians, if they are true musicians and they kind of write their shit themselves, they expose who they are. Yeah. It's just whether you want to take it or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to understand it. They tell you about all of these things that they do in their music. So then when they're accused of some shit, you're just like, no, that nigga wouldn't do that. Bruh, if you listen to this song, and this song, yeah. Mm-hmm. This nigga kind of do that. This might just be the one person who wants to speak up about it. Or, you know what I'm saying, your power, your influence couldn't do nothing about it. But I was just like, yo, like, it's just so crazy because just being older and wiser and times changing and shit like that. When you listen to this shit with a different ear, like it be cringeworthy sometimes. And you be thinking about how turned up you used to be off the shit.
The shit. I always thought about that when I was like a kid and shit. And like not even when I was a kid, when I was like, I guess still a kid, but like 21, 20 something, like, yo, we be listening to some wild shit. Like I ain't gonna want to hear that. I was like, I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna want to hear this when I'm 50.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess I still will. Like I was looking at the Jeezy show. Jeezy came to Raleigh the other day, which obviously was turned. He came to the Ritz and shit, and like it was mad people there, but like it was the same. I done seen Jeezy perform like shit, I don't know, mad times, and it'd always be the same show pretty much. And I'm like, I mean, I guess I want to hear that shit when I'm 50, but like I ain't going to no Jeezy show when I'm 50. I want to see Jeezy 60 years old rocking. But maybe
why not though? Why not?
I don't know. I guess it's
I think
like,
we get too caught up in what we think a certain age is supposed to be based off the history of that age.
I'm talking about the
content
being talked about. Yeah, like
gotcha.
But I mean, it might just put me in a good space because I mean, it's still that's what music does. It takes you.
It takes you to a time. It takes you to a place. It takes you to
for sure.
Yeah, so I think, I think of music in a very nostalgic way as well, you know what I'm saying? And like, damn, like this shit used to go up, or like even shit that I was yelling in the club and shit. I would never yell in the club now because it's like, that's a little bit, like and you develop who you are and what you represent. And you may not represent what you represented at 21.
Speaking of, right, so like in the Verzuz was amazing. But like,
let's talk about Verzuz. I'm with that.
It was one part in this shit with Santana was like, hey yo, y'all niggas think y'all in prison? Y'all ain't got nothing for the women, like, and nothing for the ladies? And
yeah, y'all don't like girls?
She was like, think we got mad shit for the bitches. One time for the ladies.
Hey, when he said, oh, y'all don't like girls, I was like, oh shit.
That nigga they got them smoked his boots with that motherfucker. Man.
Hey, let's talk about Verzuz because I definitely didn't. I thought it was going to be a good competition. I feel like fucking Locks just dragged the fuck.
Shit was the most entertaining thing that I've ever seen. Like hip hop wise, that was the most entertaining thing I've ever seen hip hop wise, and I've seen hip hop in a lot of dope shit, but that shit by far the best Verzuz, and it was masterful. Like it was just fucking masterful. Like it was
chaotic at first for me. Like it was probably like the first after they actually started, like a fucking hour or so late. Or whatever. When the shit first came on, it was too chaotic for me. Like it was too many people. Everybody they didn't have like a set point where niggas need to focus into the camera. It was just a whole bunch of niggas. I couldn't tell who was who. I was like, this shit is too much. This motherfucker rapping over here, this motherfucker rapping over here, and they in a square. So they don't have like a set attention. So at first I was like, I'm over this shit. And then probably about 20 minutes or so into the shit, when motherfucking JadaKiss and shit started to take control of the shit.
That nigga was taking control from the very beginning.
Kind of get motherfuckers organized, get motherfuckers in order. He brought a little bit of order to the shit.
That nigga had that. He had that shit controlled from the very beginning. He walked on stage and didn't say shit, and them niggas started talking shit. He was like, yo, hey, nigga, you don't even live here. You live in Miami. Play my shit. And the fucking DJ, shout out to fucking Technique. He was fucking amazing. Like that shit was masterful, man. Like that shit was like it was so many different ways to view it. One, it looked like these niggas, it was definitely no dissension in the ranks and the Locks, right? So like, them niggas are truly friends. You could tell that them niggas be around each other every day, all day. If not every day, all day, obviously, but they've been around each other more than they haven't. You see what I'm saying?
They're not just business partners.
Nah, them niggas is friends, right? Whereas you got the Dips where it didn't even look like them niggas came together. You know what I'm saying? It looked
and
like
they've been beefing within their own organization.
They've been beefing for sure. But and that was on display, right? They didn't even take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Like
they thought they was just gonna come out here on some old school hip hop shit and just come out and throw your hands in the air and bullshit. You know what I mean? They ain't do no practicing.
They ain't even do that. They just goddamn came out and like they DJ just whoever had play, like the Locks had that shit strategized. Like when they play this, we playing this. When they play this, we playing that. When they play this, we play. When I say this, play this. Like, and that motherfucker, they started with fuck you. Like off the rip, I was like, oh, this shit is over. And then the niggas was like responded and the shit just won't hitting. Like they sound won't right. It was terrible, man.
Motherfucking Jules looked like a fucking maniac.
Yeah, he
fucking
was
Freaky Zeke. I don't know what the fuck his point was. And I think that I ain't never really cared. I ain't never thought about Freaky Zeke until this point. Like I always knew Freaky Zeke was some ancillary motherfucker attached to the Locks. I ain't know, Dipset or whatever. But I'm like, this nigga just the motherfucking dancer?
Yeah, he don't rap.
He ain't even a hype man. First of all, you don't need a hype man if you got three motherfuckers.
Yeah. But
when one rapping, the other two should be hyping.
they didn't even know their music. Like, they didn't even know their music. They rapping over the words and shit. Like, Jada and them, man, that shit was beautiful. Like, they start talking shit to Sheik. Like, where's Sheik records? Sheik drop a bomb on their fucking ass. Like, this shit was fucking crazy, yo. This shit was fucking crazy. I loved every fucking second of that shit. That shit was amazing. Like, and I love, the Locks is, I grew up on them niggas.
I thought Styles P and fucking Cameron was definitely gonna fight. I know they did a couple videos related to that shit. I was like, wait, is these niggas about to fight? Like,
that's what made it so dope. Like, that shit was mad New York.
And it was definitely like real shit. Like, it was real heated. You know what I'm saying? Niggas could be like when niggas get drunk and then they want to fight and then they make up the next day and shit like that. But like, these niggas might, and it could be like some brother shit.
Them niggas was sharper than steel. That nigga.
No, definitely Dipset. Like,
yeah,
it was definitely on the Dipset end.
Jewels. I know niggas that go to jail just to get their teeth fixed and then pointed at the nigga. I said, God dang.
Jewels look crazy. What the fuck was his goal? Like, why the fuck did he have on all that shit looking like motherfucking the brat cousin? Like, why the fuck you got on all this shit, nigga? Cam need to do something about that hair. That ain't it. You giving me paid in full. Like something need to happen with that hair. Like, it was that Dipset was not prepared. And I definitely thought that
JadaKiss is just one of the greatest rappers of all time, man.
JadaKiss is a very dope rapper. Even though he's not in my top 5, JadaKiss is definitely a top rapper.
Niggas like, y'all niggas don't even know the words. Look at Jimmy. He's like, y'all made that when that nigga couldn't even rap. And I was like, fuck, man. That shit was bad. These niggas was busting.
What about when motherfucking Jim fell off stage? We didn't even know that shit till the next day.
Right. That shit was crazy. That
nigga fell off stage, yo.
He said he ain't fall, but I'd be like, you bullshit, nigga.
What the fuck he say he did then?
He said
you were up, then you were down. What he say?
He lost his ring in the he said that like was performing, his ring fell in the crowd and he went to go get it.
And he jumped in the crowd? No, the fuck not. Hell no. That nigga took a step and was over. It was no control about that fall at fucking all, my nigga. Like, it was, come on, let's just call a thing a thing. So we people, we fall. Sometimes that happen. Like, why lie about some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? I never thought Dipset as a crew had enough albums or hits to fuck with the Locks, but I definitely thought that they had enough between Dipset and individually to fill out 15,
all you needed was 20
joints.
All you need is 20 songs, like, in between 4 people or 3.5. Like, you definitely got enough songs. They just didn't play, like, the music that they played just wasn't, it didn't hit how it was supposed to. Like, it didn't sound like it used to. And then, like, and that shit wasn't mixed.
And just the sound quality, like you said.
Yeah, that shit wasn't, but they did a lot of that shit. Like, they used to put a lot of music out that wasn't mixed, right? Whereas the Locks they started with Bad Boy. Like, from the beginning, their fucking sound has been, like, masterful. You know what I mean? Like, they started rapping with Puff when they first started rapping. So, like, he was in, you know what I mean? So their mixes, and they know exactly how that shit's supposed to sound. That shit hit crazy every time. Like, it was perfect. The DJ was just on point. Like, this nigga Jada was just bodying these niggas like mad shit.
Jada looks young. Jada sounds great.
Yeah.
Jada is aging great. I love the fact that hip hop is aging and niggas is still out here killing shit, because people try to put a lot of age on hip hop and shit like that. Hip hop is young compared to rock and all this other shit. And let's talk about heavy metal and all that shit. Somebody was driving by listening to that shit. I was like, white people just listen to noise.
Yeah, that shit trash.
Like, it didn't have no flow, no melody,
heavy
no nothing.
Trash. Like, they got some good rock and roll songs and shit, but heavy metal is trash.
But not heavy metal. I have yet to hear a good heavy metal song.
Yeah, no,
I mean, heavy metal is no longer a thing.
Metallica had some dope shit though back in the day. Like, I can't remember the songs, but I don't know.
Exactly. You just be saying shit. You don't know no damn dope Metallica
song. Like,
you don't know no dope Metallica shit, my nigga. You just be saying shit.
I do. I just don't know the shit off the top of my head. It's not like I've
then it ain't memorable.
That shit in my Serato. Nah, it is memorable. I just don't know the name of the song. But if I heard the song, I'm like, that's Metallica shit. My nigga,
I've never heard a true heavy metal song that was good.
Well,
like
I have.
I've heard rock
like
songs
5.
that are good. I've never heard a heavy metal song because heavy metal songs is just that. It's a bunch of noise. It's a bunch of sounds. White people don't have rhythm. They just hear noise and they flail their bodies to noise. And I was just like, that shit is fucking trash. Like,
what is that Metallica song?
Yeah, look up a Metallica song. He about to read this list, y'all, that he don't even know. And once he say the song, I want him to sing something related to the song. Go ahead, B. Watch this, y'all.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Metallica.
Research and Development Department.
Metallica. How you spell Metallica? Let's see.
He don't even know how to spell Metallica.
Let's see what we got. See, I don't be knowing the names of this shit. I just know if I heard it. I don't want to play it because it's mad shit up here, but.
It's mad shit, yeah. Metallica has songs, so it should be mad shit up there.
Damn. Yeah, they got some shit up there. I don't know. I don't know the name of the song.
Exactly. He don't know that shit. He don't know no dope Metallica songs.
I do. Once I hear it, wow, that's Metallica. I just don't know the name of it.
Wow, that's Metallica. Yeah, I know the group Metallica. I've had some Metallica shirts for fashion, but yeah, I ain't heard none of that shit. Did we talk about how fucking trash the Bow Wow Soulja Boy drink was?
I enjoyed it.
Oh, I didn't. Like a grown man singing kid songs was not popping. And Soulja Boy, I think we did talk about it on here, so I ain't gonna even go too deep into it. But that was one of the worst verses for me.
I enjoyed it. That shit was dope.
Yeah, that shit was trash to me. Like they could have kept that.
When that So Def come on there and shit, had the franchise with that shit was fire. I fuck with that shit. They
definitely need to have some more crew battles though. They need to have like some So Defs and some fucking Rough Riders, and I mean we probably won't get a fella one, but you know what I'm saying, like the different rap crews doing it. That would be a fucking dope ass versus. I'm just waiting for COVID to be over because I just want to go to concerts. That's all. Like I just want to go to concerts and listen to live music and get that shit back. I fucking love music, man. Like
that's great.
Music is just one of the things that can take you anywhere you want to go. You can cater that shit to your mood. Like
I done seen mad dope concerts, like from large scale to small. Like I love music. That shit is dope.
Bro, I'm for.
What's your favorite? Like, I won't say unpopular, but like, what's your favorite like small scale show that you've been to, or top 3? I don't know.
Like small scale shows,
like an intimate show type shit.
That is a good question. So one, I would have to say probably The Dream. I saw him in a small venue. But I fucking love The Dream. So it's very hard for The Dream to fuck up in my opinion. Also I saw, Wale, perform at some shit in DC.
Oh, I know that shit was fire.
Yeah, and it was, you know what I'm saying? It was like block party type scale shit. You know what I'm saying? Like such and such day, and it was like the block and shit. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know, but the thing about it is, like, just like you said, I've seen a lot of small scale. Like I just like all types of music, and I went to, I'll also say, The Weeknd as well. And the reason I say The Weeknd is because I saw The Weeknd for the first time at the DPAC.
Or
I saw him at the DPAC, and I actually became a fan by hearing him live because somebody I was dating at the time was really a Weeknd fan and was trying to put me on, but I just couldn't connect with it. But that's because I wasn't like listening to the words. And then when I saw this nigga and his shit sound exactly like the albums, mm-hmm. That shit was fire. Like that's when I became a fan of The Weeknd. That's like House of Balloons Weeknd and Trilogy. Not this new commercial Weeknd that y'all like, the weird nigga, like, you know what I mean? Not this nigga y'all know now, but the nigga before all that, like that shit was super dope. What about yourself?
I seen Hove.
Where?
I seen Hove at the Ritz. I done seen mad good shows at the Ritz, but
How long ago was that? That had to be a good grip ago. Ho was at the Ritz.
That was when Blueprint came out. It was like it was his first show. When Blueprint, it was a Blueprint Lounge tour. And
Monica, that was a good one too. A small at the Ritz. You made me think of Monica. Saw her at the Ritz.
I seen her. Yeah, I seen her at the Ritz too. She's super dope.
Yeah, she sounds just like her albums too.
For sure. It was definitely Hove. I seen CeeLo. I love CeeLo. CeeLo, one of my favorite artists. I seen him at the Lincoln Theater.
I would go see CeeLo.
That shit was amazing, man. He did all that.
He seems like a good performer.
Hell yeah. And it was
I've never seen him though.
That was there. I done seen so many fucking good shows.
But like, we be forgetting about the shows that we saw at Homecomings and shit before niggas blew up and shit.
Show, though. I'm talking about small shit. Like Jasmine Sullivan, I seen Jasmine Sullivan at the Ritz too, and that was fucking amazing. That was probably the best vocal performance I've ever seen, like I've witnessed in person.
I can see that.
That shit was amazing. Like I couldn't. It was like it blew my socks off. Like that shit was amazing. Like I stumbled on the tickets. I wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't even planning to go. That shit was amazing, man. Like I would pay whatever to see Jasmine Sullivan because she sang Lions and Tigers during the Lions and Tigers and Bears shit. Like that's one of my favorite songs. Like, that's one of my favorite fucking songs. I'm not scared of lions.
Hey, that's a good shit right there.
She cut the beat out and just was singing like the Lions. Man, that shit was fucking
I believe
crazy.
it. So that's how I want to see Marsha Ambrosius. I can see you almost cry.
Like that shit was like,
I can see you almost cry.
How are you so good at this? Like what the fuck? Shit was amazing.
And why aren't you bigger?
That was the beginning of her though. So like that shit.
But Jasmine Sullivan, I still feel like based on her singing ability, is probably not as big as she should be.
True.
She's not. Jasmine Sullivan is. I don't feel like Jasmine Sullivan is still is a household name.
Nah, but I think amongst black people, she is for sure.
My mama ain't gonna know who Jasmine Sullivan is.
If you play one of her songs, she would.
Maybe.
She is undeniable. Yeah, she got mad. She got mad.
Maybe not. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I mean, if anybody from like 50 down knows Jasmine Sullivan, that's a fact.
Yeah. Or you should at least know who she is.
Yeah, you've heard mad at her music. She got mad. Jasmine Sullivan got like super bops. Like she got bops. Like Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Her last album, all that shit. I don't know. Jasmine got some shit. Like she's not like a 10 million fucking soul type shit, but motherfuckers know about it. Like her, she got that.
Is Jasmine Sullivan even platinum? Jasmine Sullivan. Let's see. Research and Development Department. Y'all getting a lot of research and development today. Y'all welcome. You know, Wikipedia gonna give you the rundown of the golds and let's see. Damn. They really don't. So she has 4 albums. It doesn't really say. Is Jasmine Sullivan platinum? Jasmine.
If she's not, she should be.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like she is discography.
She gotta be. Like,
no.
Really?
No.
Damn.
No. She's gold. And that's for her first album.
Word?
Gold. That's it. So
she got platinum singles though, for sure. She definitely got platinum singles. She gotta have some platinum singles.
No. Well, she has Pick Up Your Feelings is gold.
It's an amazing song. I love it.
And so it goes right back to me saying, I feel like Jasmine Sullivan should be bigger than what she is. She does not have any platinum albums. She has 1 gold album. So, reality show sold 217. Love Me Back is 230. Fearless, which is the Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Yeah. Yeah, they updated.
Damn.
They'll update it. She sold 517,000 to date of Fearless, which is where Lions, Tigers, and Bears is, and that joint is gold. I definitely feel like Jasmine Sullivan should be bigger. Yeah, we gonna get into Black Facts in a minute. Is Jennifer Hudson a singer or an actress? Because she seems like a actress who can sing.
I don't like her music, so I would just, like, I'm not a fan of her music at all. So she can sing, but I don't even like her voice. Is that
you don't like her voice? Nah. I don't think she make good songs, but I definitely feel like she can sing her fucking ass off.
Yeah, she can sing. I just don't like her voice. Like, I understand, I respect her talent, but I just don't like the way it sounds to my ears. If that makes sense.
Her tone don't hit for you?
It's just something. I just don't like her voice. Like, it's just something about it. Like, she can sing really well, and I appreciate the talent, but I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not my style. Like, I would never call her, like, if I'm doing like a putting together a show or some shit, I'm never calling her to like sing at my fucking inaugural function.
Word.
Yeah, nah. She definitely calling Jasmine Sullivan. I'm definitely calling Fantasia before I call fucking Jennifer Hudson.
I think I'm calling Marsha Ambrosius. I love her. I love her.
I ain't mad at that.
I love her voice. I love her music. I love the shit that she talk about. That's a small show that I would want to see. Like, I would want to see her in an intimate setting. And every time she's around, her shows sell out super quick. And most of the time they are in like a smaller setting and shit. Marsha Ambrosius, and fucking Jill Scott.
I like to see Jill.
Are two people that I've never seen in concert that I really want to see in concert. And I would really love to see them in a smaller venue like a City Winery or Ritz or, something like a more intimate setting where you got, less than 200 people, less than 300 people in there. And that's a small setting. Sometimes they be having shit where it's just like 50 motherfuckers, 100 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But
that's it's Lincoln Theater like that. That shit probably hold about 300 people. That shit lit.
Yep.
I seen Carl Thomas there. That shit was fire. I did see Carl Thomas. Yeah, that's my nigga.
Carl Thomas or Donnell Jones?
Carl Thomas.
You crazy. Over Donnell Jones?
Hell yeah. Emotional was one of my favorite R&B albums of all time.
Oh my God.
That's why
Where I Want to Be is like one of my probably my top 10 R&B albums. I'm saying that off the top of my head right now, but definitely an album I play
Emotional was a whole lot. Emotional was like when niggas was doing on the Shy when Kev and Papa was doing that shit. No, that was Jagged Edge. My bad.
Oh, that was Walk Down to Heaven.
That was my shit. I did a fucking school fucking video.
Not the talent show.
Not a talent show. It was like we had like a video production class or some shit, and me and my homeboy, we did that shit. That shit was funny as hell. That's what made me laugh. I was like, yo, these niggas doing the same shit. But Emotional is one of my shit. Like that shit, I love that entire album. Like that's my fucking shit, dog. Like I love that fucking album. So yeah, Carl Thomas for sure. And Donnell Jones really can't sing like that. I seen him in Greensboro one time, and he ain't sound as good. Like because. What happened, Joe was singing before him, and Joe sounds amazing live. Like, he sounds exactly
I
like
can believe that.
And then Donnell Jones came after that shit. I was like, man.
Listen, all I know is a 3:15. Hey, how did Joy go? Shorty got eyes on me.
Yeah, that shit was dope. That's fire.
6'2" girl, what you gonna do? Hey, that whole Where I Want to Be, that's my album. I've listened to that album in the past 60 days.
Him and Carl Thomas and Dave House are getting together. They supposed to be doing like a little group and shit.
I feel like I've seen Dave Hollister in concert before.
That's fine.
I feel like I have and it's so crazy and it's like so privileged where you don't even remember the shit that you've done. Like I think I see this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Go to a lot of shows. I go to like shit like I miss in Atlanta, like Funk Fest and shit like that, where you got motherfucking the Brad, Carl Thomas, SWV. You know what I mean? You got all these motherfuckers in this same shit. I was trying to go to the joint out Vegas, the Lovers and Friends joint, but I wasn't going if I couldn't get VIP, and the VIP tickets was sold the fuck out for 2022.
Yeah, for sure.
The Lovers and Friends joint.
I want to go to Usher shit, but them tickets is high. My homegirl, she posted on her story the other day. A couple weeks ago, and I was like, how much was the ticket? She was like, it was $630.
Oh no, I'm not giving nobody $630. I'm not giving Beyonce $630. Oh, for two tickets? Okay.
2 tickets.
Okay. So, like $315. That might be doable, but I'm not paying that for Usher, my nigga. I'm not paying that for Usher. I've seen Usher in concert and he is great. He not $315 worth of great. I'll give him $200. I'll give him $200.
Yeah, that shit was a lot of bread. I said she was in the balcony. Yeah, I mean, it's a theater, so it's not bad seats in the house type shit.
Yeah.
But, I was like, boy, that's a lot of fucking bread, boy, just to go. And you still got to get to Vegas.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't live. If I live in Vegas, it'd be different. Like, I run up there like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I got to get to Vegas, get a room, try not to spend all my money somewhere, and go to that
Go
shit.
to the dispensary.
Hell yeah, I'm definitely for sure.
Go to the buffet. That's one thing I don't do in Vegas is go to the buffets no more. I did that my first time in Vegas. I was like, I'm cool. I do not need fucking $45 worth of buffet food. Like,
yeah, that shit expensive as hell.
Like, that shit expensive as fuck. I could just go to dinner, my nigga.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I could just go
and take the
to
shit
fucking...
with me. Like, I can't even take no buffet food to the crib.
While you pull up your black fact, cause we this what happened when we don't record like we should. I just want to give a shout out to, Candace Parker for being the first woman on 2K.
Oh, yeah,
to be on the cover of 2K. I think that is super dope. I think it's crazy when we still talking about first anything in 2021. But I also
still fine as fuck.
You think Candace Parker fine?
Yeah, Candace Parker is very pretty.
Oh. But it's a lot of niggas out here that is upset. Like, nigga, you play video games. Calm the fuck down. Like, you mad because a woman is on the fucking cover of 2K. Like, listen, there are, and they ain't black. Well, based on what I read, they it's not the black motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's the incels, the involuntary celibate, the women haters out here. Like, nigga, you sit and play fucking video games all day. Like, you obviously not getting pussy if you fucking mad that it's a female basketball player on the fucking cover of 2K. Like, I need us to move along. Like, I need us to get past a lot of shit.
One time for Diana Taurasi twerking in the fucking Olympics celebration. Diana Taurasi was twerking. Not twerking, but she was popping ass when they won the Olympic gold.
Oh, I ain't been watching none of the Olympic shit. How has that been for you?
I ain't watched it. I just watched the NBA shit. I ain't really watched it.
Oh, okay.
I started watching it. Like, found myself watching, like, I don't know, fucking some shit. Like, I just, you know, it'd be on. It'd be so many fucking shits. Like, niggas was playing handball and niggas was playing all type of shit. Like, so I would find myself watching, but then I get bored because, you know, it's not a sport that I watch. But I would watch. I'd get up early and watch the men play.
I only have like a handful of friends that I feel like just like sports. Like, sports. It don't even really matter like what it is, who playing, whatever. Like, they just want to watch sports all the time. And me, I don't, if I don't have nothing invested, I'm not about to watch on TV. Like, I'll go to some live shit and I don't have nothing invested. But if I'm not just watching shit on TV if I don't have nothing invested in it. So I thought you was probably like sitting up here watching the Olympics and shit.
Nah, I mean, I watch it. Like, I watch certain events, but I ain't watched none of the track shit. Like, cause they didn't make it like readily accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I feel like I ain't been hearing about it like I used to. Like when the Olympics, like they used to be everywhere, all day, every day. Olympics. Now it's kind of like, oh yeah, you know the Olympics still going on, right? Like, oh yeah, I forgot about that shit.
Like, but you had to, like, for the men's basketball, you had to watch it on Peacock and shit. Like, it wasn't like, nigga,
shit too farmed out and shit.
Yeah, like, bro, just turn the TV on. Like, local channels should play the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure. And I thought that's the way it used to be.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I thought that shit was just on, like, well, that's when we had 5 channels and shit.
Yeah, it was only one
back in my day, when we had 5 motherfucking channels.
You had to watch TV on fucking TV.
Yeah, at the real time. Like, that's the wild shit for me. Like, we were just going down memory lane about that shit. Like, remember when you had to be in place when some shit came on?
Friday night. What's the shit with the fucking
TGIF?
Yeah, TGIF. Full House and all that shit, man.
Having to be in your home sitting down at 8 o'clock is a wild concept to me now. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine me telling like my nieces and shit who don't even look at TV. Everything they do is YouTube and all that shit. Mm-hmm. Like they don't even know channels and shit. Like telling them like, you know, you had to be in the house to watch Martin to be able to go talk about it at school the next day. Like what? Because it's a wild concept to me now. Because you know me, you watch more live things than me. I don't even know what day shit come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, Technology got me to where I said it, and then I come and see what it has in store for me. Let's see what this $200 a month is buying for me today. Let me watch this shit. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, having to, like, be in place it's just wild to me, because it's very rare that I watch anything in real time. And I might watch some shit on the same day because I know it's going to be spoilers. But real time is just, unless it's something we talking about on Twitter, I'm usually not watching it. Like, it's usually like some award shit because we try and get some jokes off. And I just feel like Twitter is the place to be for some live black shit that we all watch at the same time. I still love Twitter for that. Shout out to Twitter, man. Shout out to Twitter.
I tweet often. That's my shit. I love Twitter.
And I think I'm Instagram, then Twitter, then it ain't really nothing else. I go on Facebook every now and then. I never downloaded Clubhouse, wasn't going to. I'm really not trying to get immersed in no more new apps. If I can, I'll get on Snapchat every blue moon. And then I think that's it. That's the midst of my scrolling. Those shits. You still on Clubhouse? I know you was pushing that heavy for a minute.
That shit was cool and wasn't.
Gotcha. I already told you, like, you need to go on that shit. I'm not wasting my time. That shit gonna be gone tomorrow.
I learned a lot of shit in terms of like property related, like real estate. So that shit was dope for what it was. I just got tired of that shit.
Yeah, it's just a conference call. Like, it's just a conference call.
You get in some good rooms, you definitely would fall in some dope conversations.
Yeah. But let's get into Skibbity Bebop, B's Black Facts. What you got for us today?
Just happy birthday to Whitney Elizabeth Houston. She was born on August 9th, 1963 in New Jersey. Two-time Grammy Award winner. Was a daughter of Cissy Houston, the legendary Queen of Soul. Aretha Franklin was her godmother. Did not know that. Whitney Houston began singing from the early age of by joining the local choir at New Hope Baptist Church. And by the age of 11, she was singing solo at that choir. And we all know what she ended up doing. She's just one of the greatest. And happy birthday to the great Whitney Elizabeth Houston.
Happy
Whitney was
birthday
fine.
to
Like, early Whitney was fine as shit.
Yeah.
Like, she was super pretty.
Whitney was a classic example of growing up during like the drug era, and you saw motherfuckers turn into shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, used to be pretty as hell, or he used to be fine as fuck, just turned into something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, I think it's so unfortunate. I think, you know, rest in peace to all of our entertainers who have passed away. But I do feel like Whitney is one of those presences that is like missed. Like,
sure.
the game is really missing Whitney Houston.
I don't know if the game is missing Whitney Houston per se. Cause I mean, like, Whitney had stopped putting out shit, and it was the demise of Whitney was so, illustrated.
But she was still always out there.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's missing that though, right? Like, I don't know if
I miss her.
I mean, I don't miss that, like, crazy looking crazy Whitney. I wanted Whitney to be like a stellar talent, like pop out and it's all together.
Like a Mariah Carey, or
she still, and not even Mariah don't even be sounding good. Like, I want Whitney to be like, when she pop out, she sounded like, you know, like outside of aging, but like she's one of those talents that should be like, you know, just like a Beyonce. Beyonce, you know, every time she pop out, she gonna be A1 to the fucking nines. Sounding great, looking good, moving good. You know what I'm saying? Like, not letting life get the best of her. But unfortunately, that's how life is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
everybody can't handle it.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't miss that. I didn't like seeing Whitney like that. That shit was whack to me. Like, I ain't like seeing her like mad skinny, and you know what I mean? Like, I think
I always have like that hope that
shake back.
You can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where you are, but you know, hopefully you can get out of it before your demise. I mean, keep it in a band. I didn't think Bobby Brown would still be here, and he outlasted fucking everybody in his whole motherfucking family.
That's gotta suck.
That super sucks. That super fucking sucks. Let's get into some litter shit. We've been going out this joint.
Yeah, we gonna this motherfucker.
Hey, listen, this what happens. Now y'all getting time before the next one. Y'all got two. And actually, I don't know if motherfuckers just be like, oh, they ain't put out no shit. Let me listen to some shit. But our numbers actually been doing pretty well. So y'all can listen to this. But we gonna get into some little shit. Little shit is our pop culture segment where we talk about all the fuck shit on your timelines. B, I see you sipping over there. What you got?
I had a beer. I ain't got no more. Drink it.
Which beer was it? You know you are a beer aficionado. Summer solstice and all types of bullshit you be fucking drinking over there.
Damn.
Pumpkin.
Why my shit gotta be bullshit?
Pumpernickel,
why can't I just
Van.
enjoy what I enjoy? Nobody tell you about your fucking apple cider that be fucking making you snotty.
My apple cider don't make me snotty, but you right. I mean, you could call my apple cider bullshit.
Because you enjoy it. I'm not gonna fucking downplay your shit.
Oh, I'm sorry that hurt your feelings. What bullshit you sipping on over there?
I ain't sipping shit. These nuts.
These nuts. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. He don't get his credit for these nuts. He definitely did that on Dre album.
Snoop Dogg get credit for everything else. He'll be fine.
Very true. Very fucking true.
One time for Snoop.
Very fucking true. Oh yeah, I'm over here. I'm Jack and Ginger right now. Right now. So what we gotta talk about, because people want us to talk about it, is all the shit that has been going on with the baby for the past week and a half. Or whatever. So if y'all shouldn't have been under a rock by now, y'all should know everything that has happened with the baby. But the baby was at Rolling Loud, and the baby decided to say some unnecessary shit that he didn't really need to say, and got in a lot of trouble. The baby said, if you don't show up today with HIV/AIDS or any of those deadly sexually transmitted diseases that's going to make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, put your lighters and your cell phones up. He said something about, ladies, if your pussy smell like water, put your cell phones up. And then the oddest of all of the requests to put your cell phones up was, fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights up. The baby also had a shoe launched at him at Rolling Loud, fucked up ass Adidas. Was launched at his ass. He also brought Tory Lanez out, which was very interesting, to me. But it was those statements that he made that got him in a lot of hot water. And those statements started going viral. And then who of all people? I just want to say, if I am ever famous enough for people to know my name, Tighe, please do not speak on my behalf. I don't give a fuck. I could have said the best shit in the world. Don't speak on my behalf. I'm good. I'm good without you saying anything on my fucking behalf. Tighe chimes in, which I feel like Tighe was kind of the catalyst to make this even bigger than what it really was, because Tighe decided to chime in and say, if Nas X can talk his shit, why the fuck baby can't talk his shit? After all that shit, all of these celebrities started to speak up for and against the baby, talking about how his statements were homophobic, XYZ. Some spoke on his behalf, and it's all the motherfuckers you don't want speaking on your behalf. It's the Boosies. It's the motherfucking T.I.s. If you say, hey, fuck niggas, speak up, all them fuck niggas spoke the fuck. The last niggas you want on your PR team started speaking up. I thought this was extra interesting because like a week before all this shit went down, the baby was with fucking 50 Cent. And like, oh, y'all don't let me meet 50, which 50 is also the king of like fuck shit. And then like it all fucking went downhill. And everybody to speak on the baby's behalf, I did not hear fucking 50 Cent nowhere in that fucking mix. But the baby decided to double down and triple down and quadruple down on what he said, which ended up impacted his bag pretty much. He has been dropped from multiple festivals. He tried to act like he was unbothered. And I think he's clearly bothered, now to the point where he put out a fuck ass apology. That wasn't an apology. It was pretty much like, hey, y'all should have educated me versus coming at me. You're a grown ass man. But y'all should have educated me. It's not my fault, but my bad. Cause really he came back and was just like, oh, that's for the nasty LGBTQ. My fans ain't nasty. They go to the fucking Ritz to get their dick sucked. They don't be sucking dick in the parking lot and all that other shit. So he just really kind of dug a grave for himself that I feel like really 85% of this shit really shouldn't have occurred. You know what I'm saying? But what was your thoughts on this whole shit when the shit happened?
What were my thoughts? I don't know. I mean, the shit was stupid. The shit was dumb as hell. It was ill-advised. Just the whole situation. Like, just shut up. And I mean, I understand like your live show and all that. And, we come from the age of, niggas grab your dick if you love hip hop and, all type of fucking crazy shit. That call and response should be updated, I guess. But, his shit was. Ain't
nobody ever had this call and response, my nigga.
Look, bitches, if you pussy clean, let me hear you scream, shit like that. I mean, the gay sucking dick, that was weird. Cause like, that was super random. Like,
that was fucking weird. The HIV shit was weird.
Yeah,
that shit was weird. I ain't never heard the locks like, if you got HIV.
I've been to shows and niggas be like, if you pussy clean or if you ain't got HIV or if you ain't got AIDS, let me see you scream. Shit like that. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that.
No, I ain't been to them shows. I haven't been if you pussy clean type shit. But I never heard of nothing if you ain't got HIV. No, I ain't never been to them shows. Me personally, I'm just talking for me. You said you've been to them shows, so I get it, but I've never been to a show where, specifically that call and response. Like, why is that call and response on the top of your list? I
mean, they're all stupid, right? So like, they're all stupid. They're all should be, if one sweeping, then we probably should think of some better shit to say. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know, man. That shit, it is like motherfuckers make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You double down on it. You just.
Is it a mistake? Is it a mistake? Or it's just that's your thought process, and you feel like you should be able to say what you want to say.
But you also maybe like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying? like it's a mistake.
But that's like, that, okay, so that's like a white person saying, damn, I shouldn't have said nigga out loud.
It was a mistake. Still meant it, but it's still a mistake.
That's not a mistake. That's a lifestyle that got exposed. Your mistake was getting caught and being held accountable for it, right?
Mistake, right? But
because I feel like we're making a mistake. A mistake is, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to walk in on you. You know what I mean? Like, a mistake is, oh shit, I said the stat was this and it was that. Your beliefs is something different. Your belief is, why are niggas in the parking lot sucking dick? Your belief is, motherfuckers with HIV and AIDS is dying in 3 weeks. And that's okay. But if that's what you believe, you just gotta deal with, it's the difference between a mistake and you just being exposed. You know what I'm saying? The mistake was you exposing yourself. You didn't need to expose yourself in that way that was going to be honed in on. I also did not understand. Help me understand. You are the resident straight nigga on the podcast. What does the baby saying this shit got to do with Nas X? I'm trying to figure out that connection.
It doesn't.
I'm just like, if Nas X could talk his shit, like, it's a difference between fucking hate speech and you just being happy about who you are. Yeah. It's giving real all lives matter and shit. Talking about, oh, the straight people is being attacked.
But it didn't have anything to do with anything. That's like,
it didn't have nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, that shit was stupid. That's just like, again, all lives matter. Like, you know what I mean? That shit was stupid. It was just a reason to say what you had been feeling, but it didn't have any merit or any relevancy to what the fuck was actually going on. That shit's stupid as fuck.
Listen, one of the people that we talk about very frequently on this show is Tighe, my nigga. Like, I don't get his deal. This nigga is currently under suspicions and been indicted or whatever the case with so much shit in his own. Like, why are you still inserting yourself every fucking time you get, like, why are you jumping into the fire for the baby? Or anybody, pretty much. Because right. Tighe, like, will do that shit literally for anybody.
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand Tighe. Like, Tighe, we talked about on this show, like, basically, if anybody live long enough, they'll fucking disappoint you. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tighe was one of those guys that I knew, you know, had a past and might make dumb decisions related to like some street shit or whatever. You know what I mean? I guess I just wrote that off to hip hop or whatever the case may be. But you being chatty fucking Patty all the fucking time, like, blows my mind. Yeah, with Tighe. I would think you would want to lay low.
You would think.
I would think, but T.I.'s, and I feel like Tighe just made it so much worse for the baby because he made that Nas X comparison, which solidified it was gay bashing or homophobic or whatever the case may be. The baby did not help himself, like, at all. Let me tell y'all something. When it comes to fucking up my fucking bag, let me tell y'all. Listen, we code switch every motherfucking day. We don't go and work saying what the fuck we want to say. We don't go in church saying what the fuck we want to say. We don't go to our grandma's house saying what the fuck we want to say. So we have control over how we present ourselves and what the fuck we say.
Right. It's
just hard for me to believe that you don't have control or you able to be like, yeah, my bag for the bag. The baby got dropped from so many fucking festivals and shit like that. And the baby is not just Kirk, whatever the nigga last name is. The baby is a business at this point in time. So when you fucking up all the people who get paid off the baby, the brand, the baby, the company, the baby, the entity. You fucking that shit up for everybody. And the nigga got a baby on the way, Danny Lay. I hope you get the bag you was trying to get out of that shit. And I hear she's having a girl. That's how you know fucking the baby probably a fuck nigga, because the fuck niggas only have girls. Like, they have all fucking girls. Do you believe in cancel culture? Why or why not?
Not really, because niggas don't be canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just as clear as day. Like, motherfuckers just.
Do you believe in it in the concept? Because some people do be fucking getting canceled and can't get back up.
Man, niggas don't be getting canceled, man.
I'm not saying he gonna be one of them, but I feel like it is niggas we done got the fuck up out of here that ain't getting the bags that they used to get.
Kanye?
Chrisette Michelle? No, not the niggas y'all niggas like. Not the niggas y'all still like, I can't wait to hear his music.
Chrisette Michelle's still getting money. She's still doing shows.
She ain't getting, first of all, Chrisette Michelle was already D-list.
Yeah, she's still doing that. Like,
she probably still making a living, but she ain't living whatever, $1 million lifestyle, $500,000 lifestyle, whatever she was living before. It definitely has impacted her bag. She's done interviews about it. Definitely impacted her bag. Like, niggas ain't getting money like they used to.
Who else? Like, niggas don't be getting really canceled like talking about. I don't know nobody else.
Listen, Tory Lanez wasn't on no festivals. Like, when I say get canceled, I'm saying you're not able to live the same exact lifestyle that you were living. If you were getting a $10 million bag before, you might be getting $1 million bag before. I'm not saying you destitute and you living on the street or no shit like that, but you definitely fucking up your bags. I personally believe that I feel like celebrities don't understand that the public is your boss. And they can choose whether or not they want to support you or not. You know what I'm saying? So if niggas like, I'm not supporting this, you still gonna have your following, but it's gonna fuck up your bag. Just like the baby probably could, I don't know how much the baby making per show, but if motherfucking 6 festivals, 7 festivals that fucking dropped you.
But also, I saw something else that said like them festivals was promoting their festival by saying that he had been dropped. Like,
okay, it's all marketed. They only got out of it because of the negative impact that it would have that him having there. Everybody got business.
Niggas won't even in it. They were just saying, oh, like, he's not performing at our shit. We have a festival for fucking Notepads. Like, Notepads isn't doing business with the baby because of his stance. Like, nigga, we won't do business before. Like, y'all niggas just promoting shit. Like, how many festivals is it? It'd be 1 million goddamn festivals.
It is 1 million goddamn festivals that spreading fucking COVID. Yes, it is 1 million fucking festivals. You hear about the big shits like the fucking Rolling Louds and the Lollapaloozas and all them shits. It's festivals in fucking Atlanta every motherfucking weekend. They might not be 180,000.
Yeah.
But it's damn festivals going on all across this country all motherfucking summer. Maybe not last summer, but this fucking summer, these festivals is getting their motherfucking money back. Trust and fucking believe. But I feel like people have the absolute right to not support you no more. Like, people have the absolute right not to support whatever they don't want to support. So I think a nigga like the baby, and it's funny because we were just talking about who we thought had the longer staying power in our last pod when we were talking about Lil Baby and the baby, when we were talking about the whole T-Pain shit. And I was like, I definitely feel like the Lil Baby will have more staying power than the baby. And then the whole fucking next week, hey, I heard him. Hey, listen, I heard the Read podcast last week. And when I tell you, Kid Fury fucking read this nigga for Phil. I love a good read. I love, like, the actual act of reading motherfuckers. You mostly get them on reality shows and shit like that. But a motherfucker who know how to put fucking words together to make a motherfucker seem this fucking small is a motherfucking talent. He read that nigga to death. It's either or for me. I really don't, you know what I'm saying, care. Like, I don't care enough about the baby to boycott his shit. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that if you want to fucking cancel somebody, don't support that shit. But it be motherfuckers I wasn't even supporting in the first place. Like, I might listen to a stream, but I'm not out here like, ooh, I'm supposed to go to such and such a show or whatever the case may be. But I think people are absolutely have the right to support and not support what the fuck they want. So
yeah, I didn't say that. That's not what I was saying. I just don't believe in that shit. Like, I don't believe in like their. You
don't believe it works.
Culture. Yeah, nah.
Oh.
I mean, cause like motherfuckers, I mean, if you stop listening to him and shit, but this nigga Tory Lanez got fucking 15 million fucking views on fucking a song he dropped 3 weeks ago. Like, somebody watching it, even if you don't like him. 7 million of y'all motherfuckers is watching. So that shit is all counting up. You know what I mean? So I don't really believe in that shit. Like, I don't think it works. I certainly think people stop supporting people, but at the same time, like, there's still people that continue to support. There's still motherfuckers who listen to R. Kelly.
I think the bag will definitely get smaller because you're getting your money from,
but you get your support though. That's what I'm saying. Like, not a full cancel is like, canceling means exactly what it is. Like, there's nothing happening for you.
Oh, like, I don't believe in it that way. I believe that cancel culture is knocking you off your pedestal. Yeah. That's what I believe cancel culture to be. You are being knocked off your pedestal. You are no longer at that level to make money in which you used to be because you're not the industry darling anymore. It's a difference between just over time you not putting out music and shit versus being cut down in the top of your career. I'll go back to fucking Chris fucking Brown. Chris Brown was supposed to be Michael Jackson as far as getting money and shit like that. Chris Brown clearly makes money, so I don't want you coming at me with that because I think we be talking about two separate things. But Chris Brown, even though Chris Brown is making millions of dollars, Chris Brown is not at the level and making the types of money that he would have made if he wouldn't have done the things that he did. Chris Brown would definitely be making the Beyonce money and the Rihanna money and all of that.
Yeah.
Chris Brown, successful. Chris Brown, we've talked about Chris Brown being top, You know, it is, Chris Brown was supposed to be the next Michael Jackson with stardom level and what he's into. So shit definitely cuts down your bag, and some motherfuckers can afford that and still live a good life like a Chris Brown, and some of them can't. I think what was interesting as well about this is the murder case being brought back up. So the baby put out a video or whatever that was very similar to Nas X's video. Industry Baby. First of all, Industry Baby is a great song. I think that's very interesting too. And it just goes to the general homophobia, because niggas was on Nas X when he was Old Town Roading it. And then that was the jam. That was the bop. Da, 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 da. And when the nigga's like, hey, I'm gay, I'm living my life and I'm not messing with nobody, it's like, oh my God, he's teaching our babies to be gay and all types of dumb shit. Like, niggas was on it, you know, until then. But Industry, have you heard Industry Baby? That song with Jack Harlow?
I heard clips of it. It sounded good.
It's a dope song. Why you didn't go listen to it?
Because I don't.
You go listen to shit real quick, huh?
I don't listen to Lil Nas X.
You'll listen to a single. You was an Old Town Road nigga. You
had kids. They wanted to hear it. I wasn't playing that shit. Like, it was like, oh, cut that shit on. Like,
but when we talked on this show, like, oh yeah, Old Town Road was a bop, and we both were singing that shit. Don't do that.
I mean, it's
Don't
a bop, but I wasn't going to listen to it. It's a difference in shit being okay, but it wasn't like some shit that I was listening to on my own volition. Like, I had children that requested it, so I would listen to it, but it wasn't like.
So you literally go and you on fucking YouTube and shit all day. Is there any reason why you didn't go listen to that song?
Because I don't listen to Lil Nas X music. I don't know any other song that Lil Nas X has. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't.
And what's very interesting as well is Lil Nas X and the baby has a song together.
Didn't know that.
Called Panini, and it's actually a good song. Lil Nas X is.
I didn't even know that was their song. See?
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't know that was his song. I don't know Lil Nas X music. I don't check for Lil Nas X. Not because of fucking whatever. I don't be listening to the baby music. Like, if it come on the radio, like, hey, come on the radio. But I just don't, like, I'm not going to purposely look at the baby song or a Lil Nas X song. That's not my type. That's not my shit. So that's pretty much how that goes.
Oh, well, I heard a clip of it. I went to go listen to it, and if I hear a good clip,
the shit that
I'll listen to it.
Listen to the devil shit. I don't even want to listen to that. Like, I don't listen to bro music. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that song just didn't come off as a good song to me. I still would listen to shit. But
there's mad shit you don't listen to though, and I don't castigate you for not listening to it.
I'm not castigating you. I'm making a fucking point. Like, that's just a fact. Like, you don't listen to it and you send music all day.
Because I don't listen to fucking bro. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't listen to fucking Lil Nas X. All I did was ask
the questions. I said, well, why didn't you? That's all I asked.
You fucking like, oh, you be on YouTube all day. Why the fuck you ain't do that? Like, the fuck?
You said I heard the song and it sound good, but you didn't go listen to it. And I know you go listen to less popping shit. That's all. That's why I'm asking, because I know you listen to shit all day. Like, you send shit all day that you've had time to listen to. So that's why I asked, because I know you are a YouTube nigga. Like, you are. That's your shit. So that's why I asked that question.
I don't even watch videos on YouTube. That's like music videos. I sat and watched, actually sat and watched videos on fucking like Vimeo or some shit, because I got a Samsung, and I was like, damn, it's mad music that I don't watch. I don't even be watching music videos on fucking YouTube. I be watching fucking comedy and shit and random ass documentaries and shit.
I look at videos when I am in the gym. I be needing something to look at and to hear in order to get past this fucking hour. Cause unlike y'all people who love to work out, I don't. I do it because I have to. Not because I just get super thrilled and pumped about that shit. Like, motherfuckers always.
I can't do cardio in the gym. I can't do that. My ADD goes crazy. I can't fuck with it. I gotta go outside. I can't. And
that's the thing for me. Like, I'll just never be running. You'll never catch me outside just running. But you'll catch me on a fucking treadmill for going fast. But like, you would never catch me outside running.
Yeah, I'll walk fast outside, but like, cause once I walk for 15 minutes, I'm 15 minutes away from the crib, so I gotta walk that 15 minutes back. But if I'm on the treadmill and I walk 15 minutes, all right, I'm out of here. Like, I can't do it. That's why I
gotta be entertained. Like, that's why I gotta be entertained. Like, like I said, I use that time to watch like music videos and shit like that. Like shit I haven't watched, or I'll put videos on like if I got people over and it's just like background shit, like ambiance or some shit. Like I do some shit like that. But I'm definitely like, we're so very opposite because you are very much like an outside person. You know what I'm saying? We talk about gardening and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I ain't doing none of that shit. I would definitely rather be in the gym, get my shit over with, and out of there versus being outside and being hot. But I will like walk and shit. But I'm the nigga you're never going to see outside just running.
Yeah, I don't run.
Like I'm never outside running, my nigga. Like,
I get a jog. I'll jog like the cul-de-sacs or some shit. But nah, I don't run. I'll never be at. But going back to the baby real quick. So something was pointed out. So the baby made this video. And he out there just shooting motherfuckers in the video and shit like that. The family, so y'all know that like in 2018, the baby murdered somebody, right? His plea was that it was self-defense and he got off, you know what I'm saying? Like scot-free with the shit. He shot a guy in Walmart and killed him. And he said that they were trying to rob him. So, you know, I heard that information. I kind of thought that was weird, but it wasn't enough for me to like think about it, like contemplate the shit. So the family, after he dropped this video, the family of the guy he murdered was just like, y'all supporting this nigga. And like, basically he murdered like our son, some shit like that. And so they basically tell a story of, you know, the baby being in Charlotte. This was 2018 when he was like really starting to bubble in a way of nationally, like really bubble. And they saw him, the guy he shot and his friend was in Walmart. And again, this is the story according to the family. They were in Walmart or whatever, and he was a fan of the baby. So they were staring at the baby, and they said that the guys and the baby crossed paths. Again, and baby didn't like the fact that he was staring at him. So the baby said some smart shit to him. So they got into an argument, and then a fight broke out, and the baby shot him. Pulled out his gun, shot him in the middle of Walmart. Now, the thing that's so fucking crazy about that making sense to me, I was just like, it is kind of weird to fucking who would rob somebody inside of the Walmart? Like, with the cameras, it's hard to get the fuck out. Like, why wouldn't you just wait? If your goal was to rob this nigga, why wouldn't you just wait until you exit the Walmart? So it had me thinking like, nah, that actually makes sense versus what the baby said happened. Like, what did you always believe that? I mean, they got cameras, so like, yeah, did not review the footage.
He was shot in the back and shit.
That's what I'm saying. So like, that the footage would have told the story.
I think they did have footage, but I've never seen the footage, first of all. But I'm thinking like, okay, if I'm sitting on a camera, some niggas having some words, I don't know, because CCTV is not audio and video. It's audio. I mean, it's video only. So if I see some niggas having some words and then like a fight broke out, it would be easy for me to say the nigga said, you know what I mean, give me all your money or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, dead man telling those tales. So true. His family's just speaking off hearsay. Well,
the family and the friend, though, it was two of them. Mm-hmm. It was two. The only one guy got shot and killed, and the friend ran away. So I don't know. It just when I thought about it, I was like, no, that make more sense than a nigga trying to rob you inside of a Walmart.
Yeah, but shit, depending on how he was holding, niggas be hungry, man. Niggas be hungry. Motherfuckers, Charlotte wild. Like, niggas be getting shot in the stores and niggas be doing like, I don't know. I done seen some wild shit in the store. I done seen mad fights and shit in fucking Walmart, all type of shit. Like, we done seen, like, shit goes down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit goes down, but we talking specifically robbery. That's like, I rape somebody in the aisle in Walmart. Like, why would you do that right there when you could have just literally waited.
They were also like 17, 16, 17. So.
Yeah, they were 18 and 19.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I
just seemed wild. I mean, when you got good lawyers, you got good lawyers. I don't know. I wasn't there. You know what I mean? I was just saying, like, yeah, that do make sense. Like, why would you rob somebody? Like, their version of events line up with something that would happen. And listen, we already know the baby got a fucking temper. Like, he in some shit all the time. The baby, first of all, I thought the shit was like lame that he brought out Tory Lanez. It was definitely a fuck you. So he got like misogyny, homophobia, like all of this shit wrapped up in like one fucking thing. And like shit come back for you, man. Like, shit come back for you. He done punched a woman in the face. Boy. He done had several fights. Like, the little nigga probably definitely got Napoleon syndrome.
I would hate to be a celebrity nowadays, boy. Like, them niggas in the 90s, them niggas had it great, boy. Like,
yeah, they definitely had it great. Before social media and before you got exposed.
Everything. Yeah.
We let a lot of fuck niggas be great.
Man.
Listen, I wouldn't be afraid to be a celebrity now, because I got like a little bit of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers get egos and think they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And it don't work like that. It ain't no Bill Cosby shit where you don't get exposed to motherfucking 40 years later and shit like that. So y'all niggas who have grown up around social media and see the outcomes of that shit, y'all definitely should be moving a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Moving a little bit different. The baby, and all the shit he fucking got going on, little shit.
Shit.
Yeah, that shit, that shit is shit. And I felt like he brought it on himself. Like, I feel like he could have squashed it with an apology right after the shit happened and still been good and rolling. And then fucking, if Clifford would have shut the fuck up. Also, that shit, but I also wanted Kanye, your boy Kanye. Kanye is out here doing all of his typical fucking shenanigans before a bullshit album comes out. He always doing these shenanigans. Right now he's living in the stadium. His album was supposed to come out for the past 2 weeks. It did not come out when it was supposed to. He doing all these tweets and shit. He walking around. He done had 2 motherfucking listening parties where he done got y'all niggas twice in Atlanta. He done got y'all twice. He practicing with y'all niggas and taking y'all money. I do give him props for that. He walking around with a motherfucking mask on his face. I tweeted this. I said, save this tweet. He has gotten some facial work done. I'm trying to tell y'all this. I feel like he has gotten some facial work done. It is healing. Same thing Cardi did when she got her fucking nose job and she wore that fucking mask for 2 months. Had y'all believing it was fashion and had her shit done. Kanye, we already know that Kanye is not opposed to cosmetic surgery. He's admitted it. He has blamed it on us why he got cosmetic surgery, because we made his self-esteem low. I think Kanye has definitely got some shit. Why do the current Kanye fans buy into all this shit, bro? Like, why do y'all have hopes for this nigga still?
I guess maybe it's just, I don't know. It's just, he's just an enigma, man. So people are just, attracted to what he brings. I don't know. It's a strange thing, man.
I mean, you looking forward to his album?
Not really.
Oh, I thought you said it was dope. You was looking forward to it.
Not really. I was. Oh. The hype's over. I'm cool.
He was like, I was just hyped.
King's Disease 2 was out. That shit is an amazing project. If you love rap music and not all the fucking hoopla and bullshit and the shenanigans that go along with it, check out Nas's album. It's really good. That's all I've been playing for the past, since it came out last Friday. It's a lot of good work projects out there. Vince Staples put out a good project not too long ago. Tyler, the Creator, put out an amazing project. One of my favorites of the year. It's been a lot of good music this year because J. Cole, Tyler, the Creator, Nas. I like Vince Staples shit a lot. I'm trying to think of some more music that came out that I really enjoyed rap wise. But But yeah, those are just the top. But yeah,
I'm trying to think of like full projects that I've been standing for, and I really can't think of anything that I've stand for. Like I've played the album over and over again that actually came out this year. Definitely a lot of songs I've listened to, but I'm really trying to think of like albums that have come out in 2021 that I've had on repeat, and I really can't think of one. But Kanye took allegedly took the baby off of a track after this. Kanye. How though? like Kanye, like the nigga who literally said slavery was a choice and literally like ran for president to split the black vote in order for an evil nigga to win. Like, when did you get such a moral compass?
Right.
All of a fucking sudden, my nigga. Fuck out of here, Kanye. Everything about Kanye is some fuck shit. Like, everything about Kanye is like off some fuck shit to me. Like, I know, you know, he's off his rocker and like shit like that. But I just like, it's like certain niggas where I just be like, y'all still riding for this nigga? Like, Kanye ain't put out no dope shit since The Life of Pablo. Niggas still anticipating this shit.
I think, well, I'll say this, like his sales had declined significantly since Life of Pablo.
And y'all give him the genius.
So now what he's doing now is just, now what he's doing, I mean, he's definitely a genius. You can't just, like, you're not going to.
No, I disagree. Genius. I've always disagreed with that, but go ahead. I ain't going to even go back into that diatribe.
Great. But I think just now, like, he's just a marketing genius, man. Like, he just turned all that weird shit all over, and then niggas heard he was doing an album listening party. Like, niggas just bought the bait. Like, but the marketing was amazing. So he just is a hell of a salesman, and you know, just turned it up a notch on that, like to pique people's interest again, and the enigma that he is, and all that other weird shit. It's just like playing into it, and then motherfuckers is like, damn, I ain't heard no dope Kanye, and now he had all this other shit, you know, with his wife and all that shit. So. Yeah, I think that it's just marketing 101. It's probably some of the best that we've seen in terms of rollouts.
I will say that it is good marketing if the album sales reflect that. If it other than that, if the album sales don't reflect it, then it wasn't good marketing. It was just a lot of noise leading up to bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers want to be in the building. Motherfuckers want to be in the building because it's a Kanye listening party. Not necessarily because they want to hear Kanye. It's because motherfuckers out here clout chasing. That's why. Because they want to say they were in the building. Not because they just like, oh, I'm such a Kanye fan. They just know that this is the place to be. Tickets was only $50.
Yeah. I
wouldn't have bought that shit, but fuck yeah. Spraying COVID. Another reason to spread COVID out this joint. Kanye being motherfucking Kanye is little shit.
I guess shit. I don't know. I don't know. The both of them, I guess. Right in the middle. Because I'm used to it at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely, again, if you ain't fucking with black people, I can't fuck with you. So fuck Kanye is probably fuck Kanye forever, unless the Red Octobers come out. So let's get into, let's give out some advice, man. Let's give out some advice. We're about to get into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents is our listener letter segment where we give advice to listeners who clearly don't care about getting advice from people who on ginger, Jack and Ginger, and who is drinking a summer shanty beer. Today's letter comes from LJ. And I don't know from reading this letter if LJ is male or female. But it's another one of those, I'm torn, what should I do with my friends type shit. So LJ says, and the title of the email is Torn Between Two. I have 2 friends that met through me. I would just call them James and Kim for the sake of this letter. James had a crush on Kim when I first introduced them. So he tried to shoot a shot. Kim was not interested and nicely brushed off his flirtation. After a few more group encounters, James asked me to put in a word for him with Kim. I casually brought up James to Kim and she started to talk about how unattractive and bottom barrel she thought James was and how she would never date a bum like James. I defended James a little, but who am I to tell her how to feel about a nigga? Fast forward to mid-COVID, I found out Kim started fucking James. I actually found out by mistake. I spotted Kim pulling off from James' crib when I was pulling up. I asked James about it, and he tells me how he and Kim had been kicking it on the low for about 3 months and that they are really feeling each other. James has been buying her all types of shit, spending all of his money. He works in the factory, so he does not make very much. I then called Kim the next day to have a casual conversation with her, and I directed the conversation towards her love life. She tells me how her nigga got locked up a few months ago, and she has been fucking this lame ass herb that buys her a whole bunch of shit.
It's an old nigga there. Nigga said, she said, JadaKiss battle. She said her nigga gets out in November, so she'll fuck him until then. He will do. But she never says James' name. Although I feel like that's fucked up, I keep my mouth shut because technically I'm not supposed to know they're out here fucking. Bring us the present day. James wants to surprise Kim and take her to the island before the world shuts back down. He wants to ask her to kind of be his chick exclusively. He is about to spend everything in his savings to make that happen. I'm torn, y'all. This fool is being used and about to be broke on a dummy mission. I am the mutual friend and I am in the middle. I don't know what to do. If Kim was doing this to somebody I didn't know, I honestly wouldn't give a damn. And that's my honest truth. But since it's my friend, I don't want him to put himself in a financial or emotional bind if I can help it. What y'all think? And that's from LJ. I'm gonna defer to you. This is a hard one. I told y'all I've been in mutual friend situations all the time. I think you just gotta know who the fuck you talking to, right? If this is a nigga that will take your advice and do something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can drop him a couple jewels or something. Like you might not have to outright snitch on your homegirl, but this nigga putting himself in a bind. Like, you don't want to see this nigga not only looking stupid, but you about to be broke after all this. So, for me, I think it just depends on the friend. If he's going to, like, take your advice, it's these types of friends. It's the friends that's not going to take your fucking advice. It's the friend that might take your advice, but he going to rat you out. Or he or she might rat you out like, B. Hill said. That ain't how we go about this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, give a fuck about you enough to fucking drop you a jewel, drop you a key. You don't fucking rat them the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you just fucking the shit up. But if he's a person that can take it, I say, you should say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, Kim got a nigga or something like that where it ain't. Basically dry snitching, I guess, is basically what this rounding up to be. If he's not a person that's going to take it, if your advice is not going to deter him at all, you got to let him learn on his own. You know what I'm saying? You got to or you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can talk to Kim and say, look, I know you and James fucking or whatever, but you know, James might have more feelings for you than you have for James. So, as both of y'all being my friend, I will hope you're not going to do that. And maybe put Kim in a position to operate with a little bit more integrity because it's going to mess up somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that you care about or whatever. But I can understand being in the middle of some shit and you never want your friends to hurt or be put in a position that might cause them harm or strife. So, I definitely understand that, but at the end of the day, we can't save everybody. Sometimes people just gotta learn from their own fucking mistakes. If Kim like, oh, this just a nigga, and he like, oh, this is the next level of my life, obviously they on separate pages. Unless Kim just out here really selling this nigga a dream, and you never know what people talk about when it's just them together. She could be telling that nigga she love him, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. So I think my final opinion on that would kind of be like, maybe you could put it like,
in Kim's court to kind of like step up or break some shit off before some shit. And you will learn about your friends and who they really are by how they treat other people as well. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend that was going to kind of like fuck over one of our other friends or one of my other friends. I was like, why would you do that to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was pretty much kind of like also because I can type shit. And that taught me a lot of what I needed to know about that person.
Right.
I didn't just stop being friends with them, but I maneuvered differently because if a person has that in them, they use that when their back is up against the wall, and they will use that shit against you. That's the thing I had to learn as an adult. I would go about things like, yeah, I know this person do this, but they would never do that to me. And if it's in a person, eventually those tables will turn. So what you think, B?
Yeah, I would shoot it back on old girl. She seems to be the kind of linchpin in that, just because she kind of controls the relationship, it appears. So yeah, I'd circle back with her, if anything, or I just mind my business, because sometimes you just gotta let grown folks do grown folk shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd probably err on the side of minding my business, because that's just how I kind of rock. Getting into people relationships, because if it doesn't go the way I think it should, then I look weird. So I just kind of let people rock and then let the dust settle as it may. But if I were to do anything, I would definitely talk to the old girl first before I would talk to him, because he seemed, he wide open.
Oblivious. So. Yeah, he is, right? He wide the fuck open. LJ, we hope that gave you a little bit of something, at least something to think about. But I think me and B are both on the same page when we saying like, maybe talk to Kim. See how that, because she is kind of the alpha in this situation that has control kind of over the situation. And, she just waiting for her nigga to get out of jail. Listen, I know a lot of motherfuckers, who COVID has made them, do some things maybe they wouldn't have normally done, outside of a pandemic. So yeah, let us know though. And if y'all want some of this A1 advice, hit us right in the ain't shit show at gmail.com. That's the X where the I will be in shit. And we may read your letter on the show. Y'all know, free, no copay. Let's get into some free smoke. When is Drake album dropping?
I don't know. They were saying it was supposed to come out last week. Him, Nas, and fucking Kanye, but it obviously didn't happen. But I'm not sure. I'm interested to hear that too, for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear it. Just by the name Certified Lover Boy, I feel like it's about to be really R&B. But let's see if this heart in his head is doing the damn thing. So Free Smoke is where we talk about any hot button issues, personal topics. It can literally be anything from politics to petty in this segment of the show. And today we wanted to do One's Gotta Go. We've done this segment before and it's always fun, but it's One's Gotta Go, and it's around black people and things that black people love and shit like that, because we love black people. So we wanted to do One's Gotta Go. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first, I guess.
Sure. All right. So One's Gotta Go. What we going with?
Whitney, Mariah, Jasmine, or Monica?
Jasmine, easy.
Wow.
Easy.
I get it.
Easy. I don't have that much invested in Jasmine Sullivan as the other three. It's not necessarily about vocal ability, because we all know that she can sing, and that's
let's do it like that. Let's do it vocally then, not just catalog, just vocally.
Okay, give it back to me again.
Whitney, Mariah, Jasmine, and Monica. Vocal ability.
Okay, if we just talking about vocals, we're not talking about the music that they've made or anything that they've contributed to the culture.
Amazing Grace. Who do you have Amazing Grace?
Monica gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go with you on that one. But yeah, I would say historically Mariah back in the day, but like right today, I'm getting Monica to sing. And we can't get Whitney obviously because she's not with us anymore. But even she was. Monica, and like towards her demise, Whitney's voice was stinky, but yeah,
it was still Yeah.
They won't like that though, but
I mean, but you know, we can always just period, just age and like shit like that. Like your voice probably not gonna hit the same way as when you had some 20-year-old octaves versus 50-year-old octaves. You know what I'm saying?
Sound good though.
All of these people sound good. I mean, like
Mariah
even Whitney at her worst can sound better than some of your faves.
Mariah don't sound good though. Like it's been mad like instances where she be sounding wild.
Facts.
Which is not good. I don't like that. But,
I don't like that. No, I'm with you. I think we are aligned. But if we're just talking about what I personally think of when I immediately hear these women's voices, if we're singing Amazing Grace, then Monica has to go. But this is one's gotta go, y'all. So don't Monica, my bitch. I fucking love Monica. All right. So we both said Monica. Okay, so here's one.
No, I'm saying Mariah. Like,
you said Mariah. Got you.
I get Monica. I let Monica rock before Mariah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I respect it. It's one's got to go, so it is what it is.
I don't want to hear all that high pitch shit.
Got you. I just know that Mariah is currently still putting out songs, and whether it is, I know live, but if we talking about songs that we hearing and she got the production and shit on it, Mariah still go. Mariah's, Emancipation of Me and E = MC Squared, two of my top favorite R&B albums ever. Both of those.
Jermaine Dupri on the writing cred.
Oh yes, for sure. Listen, I am a hip hop soul person. Like I love the marriage of hip hop and R&B.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I feel like that's the best thing to come out of that. Like all of that. Like you put rap, even like when you got motherfuckers like Mary J. Blige, who was one of the first to really like sing on hip hop beats.
For sure.
Like it's the dopest marriage. It's the dopest marriage.
Rest in peace to Chuck Thomas. Is it Chuck Thomas?
Chucky Thompson, yeah. Yeah, from man. DC. Rest in peace to Chucky Thompson from, you know what I'm saying, DC, man. And that's crazy because I was just watching, for y'all reality show, people was watching Real Housewives of Potomac, and they were just talking about him last episode because Potomac is DC area. But one of the girls was working with Chucky Thompson, and she was just talking about how that deal fell through with her. But, you know, it's just crazy, like here today, gone tomorrow. So definitely rest in peace. He's definitely one of the DC icons for real. Producer, for y'all who don't know. Writer, producer, all that. So movies. Set It Off. Friday. 5 Heartbeats. What's love got to do with it? One gotta go.
Set It Off.
Really?
Yeah, Set It Off.
Why?
Because I watched 5 Heartbeats and Friday way more than I watched any of those other two. Set It Off was a good movie, but I liked fucking what's her name, Tina Turner shit. Like I should. Yeah. I haven't really watched either one of them in mad long, but I'd probably say if I were to like have to watch, like if they would like watch 3 movies in a row, I'd watch those 3 and Set It Off with that.
Yeah. So, you know, when you write your own shit, but you still don't know what the answer is and shit. So like when I wrote this shit down, I was just like which one would I pick? And for me, it was between Set It Off and 5 Heartbeats.
Hell no. Definitely.
It was between Set It Off and 5 Heartbeats.
The music
what's love got to do with it? Like, and that is the only thing for me. That was the only thing that edged 5 Heartbeats out from Set It Off is the music. And that was it, because Set It Off is a great movie to me. And of course, you know what I'm saying, we got 4 black women robbing a bank. I'm a black woman. That was iconic for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's positions that we not normally put in movies and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? It was about all of that. But with music being like over everything, I gotta say Set It Off too, man. And it's hard, but this one's gotta go. This one's gotta go. It's never gonna be What's Love Got to Do With It, cause that's one of the top 5 black movies ever, in my opinion.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie, and it ain't nobody who ain't never seen that shit under the age of 30. Like,
all right.
Have you, over the age of 30, my bad. Like, if you over 30 and you don't know What's Love Got to Do With It, you wildin'. So it's definitely Set It Off for me. You go. What's your next one?
So I got Atlanta, Miami, LA, or Houston.
What are we talking about?
Just popping, like, that you would, if not to live, but like, say you didn't live in Atlanta and you were going somewhere just to fuck around, and the 3 that you would want to fuck around with first out of those 4.
I'm going to eliminate Houston. Houston has to go. And the only reason Houston has to go is because I've only been there once, and I've been to all of the other places a gazillion times. You know what I mean? So, that's the only reason Houston has to go. But I was thinking about the shit even more deeper, because I'm just like, okay, what are we talking about? Because I'm just like, are we talking about holistically? Because if we get rid of Houston, then we get rid of a lot of music and artists and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, come out of Houston. But if we just talking about destination, yeah, Houston gotta go. What about yourself?
I haven't been to Houston or LA, so I need to go to one. Well, actually, I've been to Houston, but I was a baby, like, so that shit don't count. But I'll just say I want to go. I don't know. I want to go to all. I definitely want to go to LA and Houston. So it's kind of hard for me because I haven't been to either one. But I want to go to LA specifically to smoke a lot of bud. So I'll say I'll put that on my list before anything. But I got a lot of family close to Houston and or in Houston. So I'd like to see them. So I'll just say LA. I'm cool on Miami. I'll say I'll get rid of Miami, just even though it's like the only place in the world that you can kind of feel like you're not in America.
In the US?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you need to go to California. Yeah. That's why you need to go to like LA and shit, because it's different.
Right.
Like, it's just different. Like, and again, the only reason I picked Houston is because I only been to Houston once, and I've been everywhere else a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? But like, for real, like, I feel like LA overrated as fuck.
I believe that.
Like, if you not in like in Atlanta, right? You have music, movies, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But anybody can be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like LA is really like structured, where if you really ain't nobody there, it's like if you a celebrity or you popping or you got money and you have access, LA is probably the spot. If you just a regular motherfucker, I'm a regular motherfucker. LA was just like, okay. Yeah. West Coast just different anyway. Like, I'm truly like an East Coast girl. You know what I mean? Like, I'm truly an East Coast girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even see myself living in California. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was for a bag or some shit. Like, it's just different over there. Have to be for a bag, because that shit has a motherfucker. High as fuck. I do like San Diego. I like San Francisco. I would probably go to one of them before LA, but I mean, it just depends on what you go. Maybe I haven't had the proper experience in LA. I've had kind of more of a touristy experience every time I went to LA. So maybe if I went to LA with somebody who was from LA, or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Live there or something, like, it might be a different experience, but yeah, I can see LA being like, I'm cool on that. And y'all got bullshit at the clubs off the late night. I'm fucking drunk. I don't want no hummus and avocado. Like,
yeah, that's true too.
I don't want that. All right, so clean up music. One gotta go. And I only have 3 versus 4 in this category. Old school soul music, old school R&B, old school hip hop. One gotta go for your cleanup music.
Soul music.
You get rid of your Anita Bakers and all that?
That's old school R&B, ain't it?
I don't know. I kind of consider that soul. Who you consider soul then? So we can make sure we calibrate it properly.
Old school soul. That's like, that shit sound like the goddamn, like Nat King Cole and them.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about the shit like our parents used to listen to and shit. Your Anita Bakers, your Aretha Franklins, your Stevie Wonders, your, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm thinking about.
Anita Baker.
Nat King Cole and them. I'm not thinking about Nat King Cole. But you said that. You said old school soul music.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm putting Anita Baker in with R&B.
R&B?
Yeah,
I'm definitely not thinking no Nat King Cole, my nigga. My parents didn't listen to no fucking Nat King Cole. My grandparents did.
That's soul shit. Like,
Aretha Franklin. So Aretha Franklin, is that soul?
Yeah. She's a
okay, so Aretha Franklin and Anita Baker ain't in the same.
No, she's the queen of soul.
Word?
No, man. Anita Baker came out in the 80s.
So Nat King Cole and Aretha Franklin is in the same category?
Yeah. Aretha Baker came out in like the 60s, man. She old as hell. She was with Martin and them.
Bruh, how old? Let me see how old is Anita Baker, bro. Anita Baker. Because I feel 60. Like her and Aretha Franklin should be neck and neck.
Nah, Anita Baker like 60 something.
Okay. Anita Baker 63. Let me see. Aretha Franklin is, y'all get the lot from the research department. All right, so Aretha Franklin.
She would have been like 80 something. She used to be with Martin Luther King.
She died in 2018. She was 76. So she do got about like 10 years though.
Yeah, she old as hell.
Yeah, she do got. But I put all them. I put all them, Shaka Khan, all that. I don't know. I put that in soul music for whatever reason. Like I don't put that as like straight R&B.
Yeah, even Shaka was making more like jazzy shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, she's still in the 70s. She's still old as hell too. But Anita Baker was like the 80s. Like, that shit. Like, she was young. Like, she was like 20 something in the 80s. Like, fucking Aretha Franklin was like 45.
I mean, she got about like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got about 10 years.
That's a difference. A lot. That's a difference. Like, you're totally different than a 30-year-old. Or, you know what I'm saying? How would you know, you are and shit.
But see, you thinking about time frames, and I'm thinking about genre of music.
Yeah, so, that's old school R&B.
Let me see.
Like early 80s, like mid to late 80s, and then like 90s is like old school R&B. I mean, shit, for what it's worth, 2000s is old school R&B. Like keeping it in the band.
Okay, so Wikipedia has her as soul and contemporary R&B, and it might be just interchangeable. Let me see, soul music. Yeah.
They got soul music.
Let's see what
music.
The technical Okay, so all right, let me ask you this: Marvin Gaye, is that soul?
Yes.
Okay, so here's soul music based on Google, and that's it. Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, James Brown, Stevie Wonder, Otis Redding, Al Green, Sam Cooke, Ray Charles. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Amy Winehouse, Diana Ross, Erykah Badu.
A white person can't be soul for one.
Okay, Erykah Badu. Would you have put her as R&B or soul?
That's R&B, man. That's
fucking, she got neo soul.
Yeah, but she got 808s in her music.
Is that your classification?
Yeah, that's hip hop R&B. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like she got 808s and hard beats and shit. Like, nah. She neo soul, but I think neo soul is not even like soul music is old. Black and white niggas had like the little teeny fros and shit and the little skinny ties and skinny mics and shit. That's what that is. Like, that's when the civil rights movement, if you were singing in the civil rights movement, my nigga, that shit was soul music. Like, cause you were singing for the soul of black people. Like, to get them through the struggle and fucking.
Okay. So if we talk about R&B music, right? So are we saying that both Luther Vandross and Trey Songz singing the same genre of music?
Yes, it's just different. It's just aged. Like, but yeah, hell yeah, nigga, fucking that shit is R&B. Like, fucking.
I'm just trying to go by your definition
Nigga, they
of
had
what soul is.
If you had a color TV and were singing, you're in R&B. If your shit was black and white, or you barely had like any, like just started getting color and shit when they started doing the latter part of your career.
So it's not about the type of music; it's about the year in which it came out.
For sure, that shit is soul
for you.
For sure.
Okay. Well, going by your definition and your definition only, I would say I'm getting rid of soul music too.
Yeah, for sure.
If we're going by your definition of it.
I don't feel like no dogs and shit and being hosed down by listening to some rap music. That shit doesn't make me want to clean up. It makes me want to holler.
That is crazy.
Even the way they record and shit. Hell yeah. That shit was so, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. You do one more. I'm gonna do one more.
Oh shit. All right, hold on. Doobie. I think it was. Where's my notes pad? Come here, notes. Smoking bud, eating bud, taking shots, or mixed drinks.
I can get rid of taking shots. Yeah. If I still got mixed drinks.
Yeah.
I could go away with. I could do away
taking
with.
Shots, you'll be lost you'll be dead in like way quicker than any of the other three.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know because the edibles might take a minute, but that sure can knock you the fuck out when it do hit. You know what I mean?
You're right. That shit really everything. That shit is like rat poison. Like, ooh, what is this? What did I eat?
Like all of a sudden I was chilling and then bang, you got hit by a motherfucking Mack truck.
John Wilkes Booth your ass.
For sure. Follow Elevate Consumables on Instagram.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
All right. So we both agree with that? We both saying taking shots?
Yeah, I'll take away shots. Like, yeah. Cause I don't know though. Cause them fucking edibles, boy. I ain't had an edible in a very long time because of the fact of just how they like do you. And you just like, even if you get drunk and you can't really sleep it off cause you'll still have a hangover. You know, yeah, I don't know what's worse.
But I just feel like you can sleep off weed.
Not
like edibles. You might wake up and still be, feel it, but you're not gonna be shut down.
I done woke up off an edible and been very fucked up.
Yeah, I've gone to work high off an edible, like from the night before.
I can't do no edibles during the week. That shit is relegated for weekends only. In time that I am not working, I ain't got time.
Hey, bro, since I got in the business, I don't think be eating them shits no more. Like, I be good. Like, I be super good. Like, I don't need crave them joints no more for real. I mean, I'll still do it every blue moon because, I've only been doing it for a month, but, them joints different.
Yeah, I'm cool.
It's just different.
Yeah, I just like to smoke and control my high. That shit you can't control. That shit just like, yeah, that shit is like being drunk, but it's like high. It's like high drunk, like weed drunk.
Yeah.
Edibles is weed drunk. Cause you can't, cause even when you once you get to a certain level of alcohol, or drunk, you can't control that shit either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you just fucking feel wild as hell. You know
but at least you ain't vomiting and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't never threw up on no edible. But I done had my heart be racing and shit. And I'd be tired of being high and shit. And then you'll go away and then you'll mellow out and then right back it slap shit out your ass and you'll be high as fuck all over again. I hate that.
Listen, if I'm having a good night and I'm fucking drinking and smoking, and doing edibles and all the vices that I do, bruh, I know what one, because the edible gonna have you fucking nodding like a fucking dope fiend. Like, you out of it. Like,
yeah. That shit.
Sitting there yo, fuck, this shit hitting.
Fuck this shit, man.
This shit hitting right here.
Like, that's the shit.
You ain't no control over it, besides going to sleep.
Yeah, and even still, you're gonna be fucked up when you wake up if you took enough and if you did it at whatever time you decided to do it. I done been high for a couple days. That shit, I ain't never did X, but I know niggas that be popping pills and shit, and that shit is the closest thing that I ever get to just being high continually for a very long time.
I can't do that shit, bro. It's one, just based on the way I grew up. I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be addicted to anything that I feel like I don't personally have control over. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my vices, I fucking your basics, you know what I'm saying? Liquor, sex, weed, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. Mm-hmm. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people be on that shit, I be looking at motherfuckers like, so you gonna do all of this? Like, you trying to do lean, and you trying to do X, and you trying to eat edibles. Like, what you going through? What's your death wish? Like, what you trying to escape in your life, bro? Like, I'm super good. I'm super good. All right, let me give my last one. All right. This is just one gotta go dealing with black people and our gifts. Which one gotta go? Full lips, big butts, rhythm, innate swag. One gotta go.
I say rhythm. I like lips on women. That shit is amazing. Like, yeah.
Or even on yourself. Just think about if you had some thin ass lips and then you was trying to kiss. Yeah. I feel sad for white people when they be kissing. Yeah. Pressing their faces hard together and shit.
My mom ain't got no top lip like that. And that shit is wild to me. Cause I ain't never realized it. Cause my mom's really, really pretty. Like she's like really gorgeous. She's a gorgeous girl.
Shout out to moms.
But like I be looking like, and I never really noticed it until my wife said it. She was like, because my little girl kind of got like thin lips. She got them thin lips like your mom and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, hey, my mom really ain't got no top lip. You know what I'm saying?
Mama, you got thin lips now that I think about it.
I got full ass lips and shit, and so I get them from my pops and shit. But it never really dawned on me that she ain't really had no top lip like that. But yeah, I probably get rid of rhythm just because I guess vain as fuck. So I like big butts and I like motherfuckers who have innate swag, and I like with nice lips.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with rhythm as well, but only because you can always just not dance. Yeah, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Like you can always just chill, but you notice a black person who does not have rhythm really, really fucking quick because it's so innate to us. Mm-hmm. Like babies can dance. Right. Babies can dance on beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting for a person like me to be like, this is something that's just kind of like built in, but it's not. It's not built in for everybody. I feel like Joy always catches stray on here because Tilly always come to mind. Tilly cannot dance.
Word.
She cannot dance. Her feet just be fucking moving. And you know, she tall as fuck. Like she noticeable as fuck. Like she a big ass yellow bitch.
Like she can ball. She can ball and shit. She athletic and can't dance. That's the wildest dichotomy of it all.
She cannot fucking dance. So we always be fucking clowning her and shit. Like, so she's engaged. Shout out to Tilly. So every time I see some shit about a wedding, like I'll just send the shit like, your shit ain't gonna be shit if you don't have this, right? Just all types of wild shit I be sending on the internet and shit. And then I sent something to her where some niggas was coming out the ground and like this elevator and shit. And I was like, your shit ain't gonna be shit if your shit don't have this. She's like, oh man, I ain't gonna be able to do all this cause I'm gonna be coordinating my dance. I was like, yo, please dance at your wedding. Like, please have a choreographed dance at your wedding. Like, that would make me so happy.
Or Spit a 16 like old girl did. You see that shit?
Oh yeah, that was dope. That
shit was fire.
That shit was dope. Like that was dope. Listen, if I ever jump the broom, like my shit gotta be some different shit. I can't do no boring ass weddings, bro. Like the traditional ass straightforward shit. But I'm also the person that's like, oh, when I die, don't have me a funeral. We having a party. So I mean, like I'm always on like I'm not a very traditional person, as you've already probably understood. But, you know, I just be wanting some shit to be different. But I thought that 16, that homegirl spit was definitely fucking dope as fuck. Shout out to her. Shout out to people who getting some innovative ass weddings out here. Like I said, I'm gonna go with rhythm as well, because that is something that you can hide if you really wanted to. Everything you can't hide. If you don't have swag, you just don't have swag. It's gonna come out when you first start talking, when you first start moving, you know what I'm saying? Lips, I just feel like that's the joy of being black, and, you know, some full lips on top of some more, you know what I mean? Like kissing, all that shit. It just looks great. Motherfuckers out here getting fillers and shit, trying to get their lips to look like ours and shit. What is up with these black women getting fillers in their lips and they already got big lips? Mm-hmm. It's a lot of weird body dysmorphia shit that's going on out here, where motherfuckers is changing their features to look worse. It's such a weird time we living in. Such a weird time. But I want to thank y'all for listening, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. Check us out at theaintshitshow.com. You can find out about me. You can find out about B. You can even listen to the show on our website. And that's the X where the I will be and shit. And you can follow us on all the social media platforms. Y'all know Twitter, IG, Facebook, all that. Make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all know I like to end each show with a quote. And today's quote is allegedly from Will Smith. And I say allegedly because these beams be written and you never know who they really from. But stop letting people who do so little for you control so much of your feelings, mind, and emotion. Fuck people. And until the next time in 2 weeks, make sure y'all manifest your destiny. Wear a mask, man. And the marathon continues. And we out.
Peace.